That's like...
Bloody stop
Okay.
antagonizing him.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. Have the return of San Sebastián after 2 months, basically.
Hey, we're back. That's all that matters.
Here, we're doing stuff. We're having fun. We're being silly. We're terrorizing NPCs.
Flirting with NPCs.
That too.
It depends on, like, you know, the perspective that you're taking on it.
Why not both?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we
Yes.
fighting or are we flirting? Yes.
a good angst
Yeah.
is made up of fighting and flirting.
But if you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. Words. We have a Beacons page with one affiliate link now, I think. There's one that is surviving.
Who knows?
But we also have a coffee for direct donations and Redbubble with merch, and merch is always fun. We love merch. All of our social media is on there as well, so you can keep up with updates about the show or find a link to join our Discord and plugged into the chaos all the time.
All the time.
24/7 chaos.
24/7 chaos.
Come see Maria's new dog. She's adorable.
Oh my god, yeah.
Down here somewhere too.
Come see
Lily.
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 You're watching the VOD on YouTube. You can catch us live pretty frequently. Most weeks, question mark?
Most Mondays? Or not Mondays,
It's
Friday.
not-
Who
I don't
knows
know what
what
day it
day
is.
we are?
God, if I just got through a full work week and then it was like, surprise, it's Monday, I would be like, I would cry. A little bit.
That's fair.
That's valid.
I'll turn it over to you, Crow. Lead us.
All right. Well, welcome back to San Sebastián, everyone. Since it's been a hot minute, as a reminder, we are following the Misfits with a Y. Little outsiders on this heavily superhero and publicized city of San Sebastián on the west coast of the U.S. Previously, we ended up stopping a high-speed prison break gang called the Speed Demons. Investigation at this time in universe is still undergoing as to what exactly their connection may be to a certain spectral villain who was implicated in the hiring of these criminals,
Mhm.
and what motives he may have in regards to freeing them. But our last session was a more lighter affair, investigating the exploits of one freed Adam Frankenstein and his detachable hand from the mayor, as well as getting to know Flor de Muerta, a member of the Young Giants, the premier teen superhero team of the city.
I flirted with her.
I was gonna say, one of you
true.
flirted with her.
Yeah, that was me.
I saved her from a hallucinogenic bomb.
I saved you from blowing up.
I kissed her hand. I think I winked at her too. Hang on, is that in my notes?
Phantom
Oh my
has all the
God.
game. The rest of us are just hot messes.
That's Silver Fandom's real superpower. He's got the game.
He's got the tism riz.
So far, so good.
All right. But as we pick up here, let's go ahead and go around and introduce yourself and your characters. And our icebreaker for the evening is, what's one thing you are unbeatable at?
Okay, do I want to be lighthearted or depressing about this?
Yes.
Concerning beginning.
Okay.
Do as you see fit, I suppose.
Should we go in order of darkness? Like
An order of darkness.
Maybe don't phrase it like that.
I mean,
or we could start out with Charlie's darkness
I was
and
gonna-
then
okay, so the first thing that came to my mind, this is probably not even accurate, but just the the crushing weight of reality. When you were like, say something you're unbeatable at. My first thought was, oh, being sad.
No. I guess that's an answer.
Laughing so we don't get trauma.
Yes.
Would you like to
exactly how it
introduce
works.
yourself?
Sure.
No, it's fine.
I'm Charlie. I play Thoth. I'd say with something Thoth is unbeatable at.
Oh, that was for you?
amongst-
Okay.
Yes. Something Thoth is unbeatable at, probably at least amongst the team, is being poor.
Okay.
Poor Thoth.
Oh, I guess it's pizzas if we want to make it lighthearted. No one can beat him for pizza creativity.
That's
You know
fair.
what? That's true.
Valid.
There, I brought it back. You're welcome.
Charlie, how was your week? Do we need to talk?
All right.
I can go next, but I'm just gonna continue.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking.
Let's break it up. All right, I'll go. I'm Jenna, and I play Mia, aka Heavenly Katana. And something Mia is unbeatable at is track races.
Is that because you cheat?
Is it strictly track or
Is it
just all
cheating if it's her
races?
natural power? She's also really good at being super cheery in dark situations, some of which she's caused.
Psycho behavior.
What am
Which
I good
is-
at?
Ironically enough, Jenna's also thing that is unbeatable.
Really?
Not
Yeah, I have
causing
noticed.
them, but remaining cheery in fucked up situations.
I feel like
Surviving traumatic event after traumatic event after traumatic event after traumatic event, and not losing my sense of humor or childlike wonder.
I feel like the tagline of today's episode is just like, if you laugh, it can't be trauma.
That has some implications for what may happen later on this evening, but okay.
Excellent. I love
Oh,
foreshadowing.
Subtle foreshadowing.
We're so discreet.
So subtle.
So subtle.
I'm Maria. I play Silver Phantom, and I was trying to figure out what he's good at. He can only do one thing, and it's karate. That's it. That's what he's good at.
Well,
Maybe he has trophies.
Hits things real good.
They'll never know.
No one else on the team knows karate, probably, maybe.
Given what you've told me about your backstory, though, would you have kept those karate trophies, though?
Are they soaked in the blood of innocence?
The peanut gallery was making comments over here. He might have his trophies.
Which one?
Your angsty teenage years, did you get into metallurgy and melt them all down into something?
No, but maybe I should now.
Into a
Yeah, I'll say
sculpture
he
that says,
has them, but they're
"Fuck
just
you,
like in
Dad."
a box in his closet.
Okay, that's cool.
Also, they're like the shitty, cheap plastic ones. They're not even real metal.
Ah,
I think Mia's mom wanted her to take like karate, martial arts of some sort, and she took ballet instead. So you still win at that. She decided not to go to punch you classes.
Honestly, that's probably for everyone's safety.
Yeah,
But she has a sword, so like,
it's less safe now. Now it's stab you.
put that in my notes. That sounds important to have.
All right, and that leaves us with...
I'm Brianna. I play Glory. No other name provided. And the semi-jokey answer is that she's unbeatable at making a bad situation worse. But the
Love
more
it.
serious answer would probably be perseverance.
And sometimes self-sabotage can be a part of that.
sometimes.
I just need
You
to
have to
see
figure
if
out
I
her
can.
backstory to find out if that's true or not in this case.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we pick up August 14th, 2047. It's relatively early in the morning. But as it turns out, Thoth, you do not have any shifts today.
Oh my god.
So you wake up, well, eventually you wake up in your apartment. Tell us, what does this apartment look like?
Pretty empty. Honestly, it's probably nothing more. Studio. So there's mattress on the floor, no bed frame. Messy sheets, couple pillows. I think a ratty worn down love seat. And small TV, little coffee table. There's probably some built-in bookshelves that the apartment that have actually probably like overflowing with books. And the newest gift that, oh my god, I forget his name. Carlos. The little car that Carlos gave me is has a little space has been cleared on the shelf for that, so that's up there. Yeah, there's I think there's maybe a little kitchen island that has a bar stool. That's the table pretty much. Probably a few dirty dishes piled up in some clothes strewn about. It's a bit messy.
All right. Well, as you are getting up and starting the day, there is a tap, tap, tap at the door.
I'll take a peek through the peephole. See what it is.
Okay. Well, you recognize him right away, as he is, as usual, a little too close to the people. You've known him long enough to know that he's convinced that if you stare hard enough at the people, you can see to the other side. But you do recognize the face of Manny.
I just kind of roll my eyes, and I'll lock the door and pull it open. Hey, up.
Hey, D! What's up, man?
I mean, I just woke up. What brings you around?
Well... And he pulls a hand out from behind his back, and he's got a 6-pack of beers.
What time of day is it?
It's like, you said you slept in, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
It's probably like 10 o'clock-ish.
Eves. Getting started early? What's the... We celebrating?
Well, who said we were celebrating anything? He's got a smile and a look that tells you, okay, he's immediately up to something.
Maybe because you don't usually show up at my door at 10 a.m. with a 6-pack. What? Like, step to the side and wave him inside.
He comes in, drops the beers on the island, pulls one out.
Just kind of lean against it and cross my arm. Waiting.
So, you busy tonight?
Currently, not booked for work, so if they call me and tell me that they need me to come in.
Alright, alright. Listen. I want you to meet somebody.
Okay.
He's kind of a big name. You know, I'm making some moves. Nothing too big yet. But if I get in good with this guy, could be some good jobs. Hmm?
Big how?
You know, just breaking into Future Valley. No big deal.
Okay, comparing the shit that Manny usually gets up to with this, how big of a leap? Like, how many steps advanced are we talking?
This is like 7 steps advanced. You would also know, though, he has a tendency to exaggerate, especially when he's trying to sell something.
Okay.
Our audio is super quiet, by the way, Charlie.
Oh, like on the stream, or is it
On
put
the
mute?
stream.
Oh.
I don't know how to fix that on the phone.
Turn your volume up, everybody.
We'll see if this helps. Axe those out and hopefully we don't peek. Okay, what do you mean by breaking into Future Valley?
You know, it's a little hush-hush on the down low. I don't want to give too many details away, you know? You're not part of the job yet. But you will be. You will be. Hmm?
What's the offer first?
2%. Hey, that's good!
2% of... Are we talking cash, goods? What? The outcome?
Pretty sure it's cash.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, like 90%.
You know anyone else on this job?
Yeah, I did.
Did?
One of them I got arrested.
At the other guys?
Yes.
In person?
Yes.
What would they want us doing?
I think I'm just one of the bag handlers. You, though. You. I told him that you're my guy.
Great.
Come on, you're great with those magic tricks.
So are they wanting backup for a distraction, or what?
Alright, I'll be level with you. Don't know. But I do know, that the guy who's doing this job, he's the big shit. We get it in good with him, we're set.
All right. Okay. If this goes bad,
And as you're saying that, you hear your phone burp burp.
pull up my phone.
Notification from Tabs. call for the team to meet in the mission quarter. No.
Let me check, go check and see what they might not need me tonight. Might just be like an afternoon thing.
Oh, come on, man. I said you'd be there.
Above the table, when was the last time that I helped out on one of these jobs?
Say probably like a couple weeks ago. It did not go well.
Okay. Did I end up having to make excuses and call off for work for that one?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Let me just see what they need help with, and then I'll figure it out. If it's like an afternoon thing, I can take care of it then, or do like a half shift, you know. Where's the meetup point?
It's Industrial Quarter, 6th and 9th. It's at midnight. Real hush-hush like.
Yeah, midnight should totally be wrapped up by then. No problems.
Alright. I'll see you there then.
Yeah.
Go Beans. Hey. Love you, my brother. He comes in for a hug.
I'll hug him back. Like, love you, fans.
See you at night. And he saunters out with the beer. When you open up the notification from tabs, it has a bit more details on it. Expedition into Undertown has failed to report in for 3 days. Exploratory team for possible rescue required. Meanwhile, Silver Phantom. You're muted, Maria.
That's me.
How about you go ahead and roll us your new mask there?
Sure.
You get the wait, did you just get the mask move, or did you also get the secret identity thing?
I think I got the secret identity. Hang
Okay.
on. I got 2 different playbooks to read right now.
Just making sure you also got that.
Take the mask and a secret identity from the
Okay.
Janus.
Then go ahead and roll us plus mundane.
Oh, 12.
Hot dang.
Fucking Jenna dice.
Okay.
They didn't do me so hot in D&D, but that's because they're mask dice and not D&D dice.
Of course. Of course. So, you do not have the day off today.
Life is miserable in this little hot food truck, man.
Oh my gosh, Brain. Pork Chop Express, that's it.
The
I
Pork
could
Chop
not remember
Express,
the name of the
yeah.
food truck for a second. My brain just like, you were working at the Pork Chop Express. That being said, it's going well today. You've sort of found the workflow. But as you and Jack are slaving away, you hear a bit of a murmur in the crowd. You're pretty used to this sort of murmur. Sort of comes with the territory of being off of the main thoroughfare in the city. Just because, well, it's the promenade. This is where the ultras usually end up being. This is where a lot of superheroes just go for meet and greets in the first place. So there's crowd noise on a regular basis. That being said, your ears do perk up a little bit when you hear who they are cheering for. correct me if I am wrong, but Bulwark is one of the folks that you need to gain respect for, correct?
Funny. If I knew. Yes, it is. I just had to scroll up.
All right. Well, as you look over the crowd, you do in fact see Bulwark. You all would know Bulwark. He is easily one of the most popular heroes in San Sebastián, but he uniquely has refused invites to the Ultras in the past. He's a very working class hero, and his outfit reflects it. It's technically speaking a modified electrical worker's uniform with some additional armor plating and padding to support him in it. Bulwark himself, actually kind of like heavy set, got a bit of a belly to him, touch of gray in his beard, and he's got like a cowl-style mask. But everyone would know that his super ability is force fields. And he has leveraged this into being one of the best rescue-based heroes in the city. Anytime there's a disaster or collateral damage, he is usually on the scene, making sure civilians are safe, which is part of the reason why the city loves him so much. He's one of the few heroes who really makes it feel like his specific mission is just to help people. And currently, Mr. Silver Phantom, he appears to be looking for lunch. It is a little funny as you watch, though, because he has a touch of a force field projected around himself right now, just to give him like a little bit of space in the crowd.
I can't really throw him a sandwich if he has force field around him. I'm gonna grab. I'll just say we have a whistle for some reason in there,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna blow it and try to get Bulwark's attention.
Hey, easy, kid! Jack is like covering his ear as you just like blasted it.
That's Bulwark. Shut up.
What'd you say? I can't hear you now.
It's because you're old.
Eh. But that does seem to get his attention. This sort of looks over.
Wave him over.
He seems to
I'm
like
making a
evaluate the food
sandwich.
truck a little bit. Shrugs a little bit, and he will start coming over.
Yes.
And you get a very interesting sensation as he approaches. As his force field hits, but then he allows the food truck to like permeate through it. So it's like, I don't know if you've ever experienced that like oxygenated liquid they use for like deep sea exploration, but it's almost like passing through that a little bit, where it's like, ooh, the air feels really heavy for a second.
Okay, that's weird.
And eventually, he is standing in front of the food truck with like a small crowd milling about the outside of his force field. And he says, "Hey, you whistled?"
Yeah, you want a sandwich?
Sure. He sort of like looks over the menu. You look about my daughter's age. What do you think she'd like?
I don't want to say the basic bitch club because I don't want to offend him. Is she vegetarian or anything?
I don't think so.
Kosher or halal?
No, but she is... I think she said it was gluten. She's trying to not do gluten. Jack, like, rolls his eyes.
Yeah, we could do like a sandwich as a lettuce wrap.
Sure. Great.
He
And
just
then,
assembles a Cuban sandwich as a lettuce wrap.
And then he notices the basic bitch club, and he sort of snickers a little bit.
I'm gonna offer her that because that might be rude.
Just in case, I'll have 2 basic bitch clubs. Also, love the name.
Thanks. That was not my idea, actually.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
was
the
mine.
one. I'm the
I-
one who takes off the magnet every time. What's his face slaps on the sensor magnet. Isn't there some like goody two shoes hero that keeps throwing a fit about it?
That'd be Freedom Wing.
Yeah,
a
every
member
time
of the
Freedom Wing
Ultras.
slaps a magnet on there, I take it.
Oh, yeah, I imagine he doesn't care for that.
No.
What's your name, son?
Daniel.
Nice to meet you. He, like, reaches a hand through the counter.
Shake his hand, and then wash my hands. 'Cause food
Proper
safety.
food safety.
Yeah. Blondie, get out from back there.
Cat jumps into the food truck.
Yep, I was about to say, now there's a cat in the food truck.
Let's climb up the back of the desk. Come here. Come here. Or just stand there.
All right.
I've summoned the dog.
But as you're making the sandwich there, Danny, your phone buzzes in your pocket. And at the same time, you can see like a faint little flicker under Bulwark's mask as he sort of reaches up and like listens in to something real quick. Hey, you almost some of those sandwiches? Seems like I'm needed.
Yeah, for sure.
You hand him over?
Yeah. Bag him.
Y'all stay safe out there. And you feel as the force field like retracts back to him. Again, you get sort of that sensation of just like
Goo. Schlupping around in there.
and it sort of like closes around him, and then he like starts levitating away. It would be described as flight, except it's more just like he's moving the bubble and not allowing
Bubble,
himself
yeah.
to go through it.
Did she steal your piggy?
As you check your phone, and it is another notification from Tabs calling for the team to meet up in the mission quarter.
I gotta go do a thing.
If you're chasing him down, kid, I swear.
I'm not chasing him down. We just both happened to get. We just both happened to get a notification at the same time. Did she steal your piggy?
Boone
Boone
arises.
is like the most dramatic baby. Like, I need everyone to see that she
Come here,
stole
you
my
wanna sit-
piggy.
I don't think you can sit on my lap. Do you want to try?
Also, just the slow rise onto camera.
Thank you. Those are good kisses. Though, yeah, you're internet famous, bud.
Mhm.
What do you want, pig thief?
All right, get going. I'll deal with that. As you can see, as the crowd that was watching Bulwark is now approaching the truck, like, Bulwark ordered from here. We gotta get something.
Free publicity.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab my super cool hoverboard and backpack with my
Get out of here before I
super
kick your ass.
super cool uniform in it. Oh, that's a good sniff. Very good. And now sniff before I leave.
All right. Well, as you head out, Heavenly Katana and Glory, we will go ahead and say that you guys are the first to arrive at the mission quarter, as you all also got the notification from Tabs.
Mhm.
The particular location that Tabs directs you to is known as the Undertown excavation site.
Mhm.
Originally, this site was supposed to be a location of a new apartment building, up until the point that they dug a secondary basement and broke into a massive cavern system underneath the city. Additionally, that cavern system is full of thousands upon thousands of historical relics, and no one has any clue how the hell they got there.
How long ago was this?
This was before y'all were born. This was like the early aughts of San Sebastián.
Okay.
It has been slowly explored and excavated since, though that has proven to be rather dangerous to some degree, as it appears that some original version of San Sebastián is down here, and it has all the San Sebastián weirdness, except it was sealed in a can for God knows how many years, and got really rank in the process, metaphorically speaking. Various entities have been reported in the caverns, ranging from Cthulhu-like monsters to madmen with some variety of cosmic destruction artifact.
On account of the Cthulhu monsters.
Possibly. No one's really sure. Because very few threads have been connected down there. It is one of the bigger mysteries still present in the city, mostly because it's just so difficult to explore. It is, of course, a gold mine for anyone interested in history, because relics from across the world have been found there in near perfect condition.
Given this happened a while ago, I assume there have been like efforts to excavate these things, but they just keep finding them, or
They keep on finding them, and or they dig up something they really shouldn't have.
fair enough.
More than one sealed evil in a can has come out of the Undercity.
Resealed can.
Undertown. Yep. The can has been resealed a couple of times. But, because there is so much archaeological interest, expeditions have been sent down there. Usually when they're sent down, though, they are sent with a hero escort.
That makes sense. And the mission was that one of these groups disappeared?
Correct.
3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And when you arrive, there is already a hero on the scene. As you all approach, you see what appears to be a metal man. And I don't mean this as in he's in armor. I mean this as in he looks like a solid piece of metal that moves like it's organic. HK, you would definitely recognize him. Glory, you probably recognize him. He's like B-class famous hero. This is Alloy, spelled A-L-O-I.
Aloy! If anyone's played that game.
Ahoy, Alloy! No,
and he is currently standing in front of a bank of computer consoles. And as best as you can tell from his somewhat smooth expression, he seems a little worried. As, well, how would the two of you enter this particular scene?
Heavenly Katana is gonna be like kind of with like a little skip in her stop. Be like, oh my god, Ally, like, what's the dealio?
I'd imagine Glory follows not too long after.
I need to wait a minute. I'm not with her.
Alright.
I'm just assuming you move faster than she does.
Safe assumption.
Yeah.
He sort of watches the two of you approach. Kind of electric white eyes flitting between the two of you. I was hoping for someone from the Ultras.
They might still show, but we're here now. What's the situation?
Very well. Goes over the screen, presses a button, and you see like a few dossiers pull up on the screen. 3 days ago, Dr. Burton LeBlanc descended with his team to investigate Site 7111. They were escorted by a member of the Young Giants.
Which one?
Luciferus Kane.
Okay.
Kane is considered proficient in regards to the dark arts, and was considered crucial for this mission to recover an artifact behind an arcane barrier.
How far in is Site 7111?
Estimations are currently vague, as travel distance to the location seems to change between days.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Indeed, though not uncommon for Undertown.
Have you ever been down there?
On occasion, though it is not my area of expertise.
Fair enough.
We'll say about this time, Thoth, Silver Phantom, the two of you can arrive. I assume fully costumed up.
Yep.
Ah, more children. Lovely.
There's kids here?
I was not aware that there are, but like apparently there are. Maybe they're like
That doesn't sound very safe.
yeah.
This isn't a playground.
Indeed, it is not. But who am I to question, Tabs?
Yeah, who are you to question Tabs?
Again, his face is mostly smooth. There's just like this hint of annoyance in there.
Uh-huh.
A little eye squint.
And she just gives yeah. It
That's
just
her secondary
twitches
superpower.
a little, and then she just like gives the biggest megawatt smile, just like
You are to descent. Sorry I'm late. As coming floating down from the sky is Bulwark. Ah, this is more like it. Greetings, Bulwark. Hey, nice to see you too, Alloy. And, I'm sorry, I don't think I've met the four of you. Again, you all know who Bulwark is. He's one of the most famous heroes in the city. I assume you know me, Bulwark. I'll say he holds out his hand first to you, Glory.
She'll shake it.
Clearly the one in
Whatever
charge.
grip strength he's using, she will match it.
He has a firm grip, definitely like the grip of someone who has worked with their hands most of their life, but it's not like super strength grip.
Okay, that's fair. Nice to meet you. I'm Glory. This is the rest of my team. Thoth, Heavenly Katana, and Silver Phantom.
Pleasure to meet y'all. He sort of looks at you, HK. I feel like you and my daughter would get along.
nice.
Above the
She's
table.
like all pinked out and like glitter girled.
Based on the documents, is his daughter Bubblegum Girl?
Yes.
I love it.
Do we have a
name-
beef with her?
Somebody does, but it's not me.
I don't remember anyone having beef with her.
I have no idea who she is.
You would all vaguely know who she is. She's kind of new to the hero scene. She's actually a little younger than you guys. But she does have very similar abilities to her father, which leads a lot of people to assume that she has a very promising hero career ahead of her.
Makes sense.
Alright, what do you got for us, Ally? As I was explaining, Dr. LeBlanc has gone missing near Site 7111, along with the member of the Young Giants, Luciferous Cain. You are to... We need to locate him, bring him back up, make sure everyone's alive. Got it. Yes. And Bulwark is already walking away.
Heavenly Katana's just skipping after him.
Same, but without the skipping.
She's also like mindlessly yapping, just about stuff and things.
Question.
Mhm.
After Charlie.
Oh, it's just gonna try and interject and be like, so how long is this gonna take?
The travel distance to Site 7111 is variable, as short as 30 minutes or as long as 6 days has been reported.
Do you have a prior commitment?
As somewhere I need to be later tonight, so
I would
Oh.
advise canceling that plan.
would I know if there's cell service in Undertown? Or is it like as soon as we go
Aw,
through that?
hell no. There is no cell service down there.
I don't know.
Could I suggest that because of the magical artifacts, sometimes you
Can
get
you
cell
hear me
service,
now?
but to something that is not another cell phone.
Also
You are
possible.
calling a payphone from 1994, and no one knows how that actually still works. No.
Direct line to Cthulhu.
You pick up the phone and it's Rod
Yes!
Sterling.
You put the phone down and suddenly it's a banana.
Banana phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, banana that Cthulhu's holding. Yes. I'm here for it.
Anyways.
I love when Brie has thoughts. It's my favorite.
For the entrance to this thing, is it just like a hole in the ground, or is there a more official sort of?
Technically speaking, the entrance to Undertown is like a square block, like a full block of city streets that just like descends into darkness. At least from the surface level, that's how it appears to be.
Would we
That
know
being
if?
That being said, stairs and an elevator have been installed just because so many people are going in and out of there.
I was going to ask if this part also shifts, but I'm assuming it's relatively stable if there's stairs and an elevator.
Relatively, yes. Though, on more than one occasion, the stairs have been eaten.
Okay, that's fair.
Not necessarily by the same creature, but they have been eaten.
Okay. All right.
But SP and HK, you guys were just going with Bulwark over to the hole?
Yeah.
Glory will follow.
Alright. So, you said you're a team, right? What do you call yourselves?
Misfits with a Y.
Of course.
But not too wise, because that would be
Just the
tacky.
one. Yeah.
That confuse people?
We hope so.
Misdirection. Misdirection's kind of our bag.
Yeah.
Why don't you call yourselves Misdirection then?
Too obvious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it so obvious that it's not obvious?
Well, I like how
At
you
best rate, we
think.
should just call ourselves reverse psychology.
That's got too many letters.
Yes. It's not as catchy as Misfits, though.
I don't know if that
With
one's
a Y.
open. There was a reverse psychology team at one point. They didn't last long.
Is that because
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
They started messing with each other's heads. The whole thing.
Why
See,
not
when you
surprised?
don't have team cohesion, it's problematic. When you want to mess with people's heads, you got to be on the same page.
Well, you shouldn't do that anyway.
Right? Absolutely not.
Glory kind of side-eyes that a little bit.
You're side-eyeing her, she's side-eyeing thoughts.
It's the chain of side eyes.
Dominoes.
All right. Well, as you all come to the edge of the entrance here, it's just kind of this yawning hole. He sort of looks to the four of you. Can any of you fly?
We have hoverboards.
Or that.
We
We
can
don't
hover.
know.
We can
Will
hover
those
down.
work if there's a bunch of magical interference?
Good point.
It can be kind of a crapshoot in my experience. Sometimes technology and magic get along like butter and toast. Sometimes it's... well, sometimes it's like a hydrogen bomb.
Well,
Okay. You want me to go get rope?
No need. And
You-
you all
you-
feel the... as his force field spreads out.
So useful.
I try. And you all, whoop, lift up and start lowering into the hole.
Do you know who my dad is?
I think
Should
Glory
I?
makes that sound in universe.
I feel like you guys would get along.
Sorry if I don't specifically know him.
Skater
No.
boy.
Scatterblade?
Skater
that one.
boy.
God, it's so good.
I'm gonna call him Scatterblade
Peter-
next time.
Wait, he calls himself
So,
boy and he's your
next
dad?
week,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
Alright.
whatever.
It's nothing against you, darling. It's just at a certain point, all the costumes start blending together, you know? Nowadays, you really gotta do something to make yourself stand out. Which, doesn't always work out for folks.
She
But,
just starts side-eyeing, looking at all the any tech that he has to see if it's her dad's.
He doesn't have a whole lot of tech on him.
Oh, okay.
It's largely just his bodysuit,
Mhm.
which looks largely handmade, honestly.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sounds like you've seen some things go wrong.
That's San Sebastián, honey. Just
Fair enough.
happens to the best, happens to the worst. Good news is, though, been down here a few times, so you don't need to worry about anything.
That's good. I don't think I've ever been down here.
don't put your face up.
I've never been down here.
Isn't it better to expect the unexpected, given what I've heard about this place?
He sort of gives, like, a sympathetic smile over his shoulder to you, Glory. Just sort of like an expression of, like, oh, you poor, sweet, innocent child. He says, being a hero is expecting the unexpected. And as you all are lowering down, light transitions from being from above to being from below. As the numerous floodlights set up by past archaeological expeditions illuminate the original base cavern down here, which already looks like it used to be a city in and of itself. There's, like, Pueblo-style houses built into the walls. Of course, all empty now. This is the most explored part of Undertown. And eventually you all sit down, and Bulwark releases his force field. Alright, let's see here. He reaches into his belt and pulls out what appears to be a hand-drawn map. Site 711-1, 711-1, 711-1. And he starts just, like, going through the map. The four of you are free to do as you see fit here. Of course, Tabs, before you all descended, did upload a vague map of what's been explored of Undertown.
Pulls that up on the phone and just starts looking at it briefly, and then kind of doing like that bopping around in Phasmo, looking at things, and like every so often she stops from Phasmo to like look at something, you know, just kind of
I'm
all over.
Also
Bop, bop,
looking
bop,
at
bop, bop,
things, but at a normal person's pace.
bop.
What sad boy?
Alright. It's pretty well abandoned down here, as it usually is when there's any sort of activity reported in Undertown. General policy is, you know, if something's gone spooky or mysterious, everyone needs to evacuate for 24 hours to make sure that whatever it is passes or gets cleared out. And a team going missing definitely qualifies, hence why you all are down here.
They're too far away.
But you do pass by, like, a few what look like archaeological investigations. There's one that has this Greek-style, I think you pronounce it Pythos? Like a jar. It appears to be made entirely of stained glass, and you can see a perfectly preserved body inside of it. It's a little creepy.
Fair enough.
You pass by another tent, and there is something humanoid on an operating table.
That's weird.
Sorry, buddy.
It
Don't
appears
die
to be
this time,
mummified. However, its eyes follow you as you walk by.
Oh no, dislike that. Dislike.
Or at least what's left of
HK
its
like
eyes.
all of a sudden just like grabs her katana out of the shield and then just like has it at her side, like.
I mean, it's not moving elsewise. It's just kind of like laying there looking at you. You pass by another room. It looks like there's a like miniature pyramid set up inside of it, which is pretty normal, except for the fact that it's levitating 6 inches off the ground. It doesn't have any apparent technology doing that. It's just kind of silently floating there. And it's just stuff like that all around this central area. In fact, some of the houses appear to have even been co-opted by like ongoing investigations, and there's like basically small storages of weird artifacts.
Are we currently traveling through these or just in the same area?
You're just in the central room currently. The bulwark has not moved beyond the central room. Whether you all do, that's up to you.
Well, they're looking at the maps. I do want to speak to Thoth for a moment.
All right.
Preferably after seeing how well sound travels down here.
It is strangely muffled. It doesn't go very far.
All right. She'll say, how much time do you have?
What time is it now?
It's about 11 o'clock or so.
11 a.m.?
Yeah.
About 12 hours.
Do you have an exit strategy?
Hoping. Yet. Traveling after 6 hours. I just turn around and back.
On your own? Down here?
Nope.
Health disappears.
I guess he had something to do.
Thoth is temporarily muted by a strange little energy pulse that comes out of one of the tents. Ah, got it. Bulwark looks up from his map. Okay, we are heading that away. Points off to the tunnel you think is sort of northward. And we're going to take first left, the next 2 rights, then it should just be straight on. Folds up the map. All right, let's go.
Okay.
As you all start walking through the tunnels, he seems completely unbothered by this environment entirely, by the way. He's just sort of walking along. So, tell me about yourselves. Y'all been a team for long?
Above the table, how long has it been?
A week?
A month?
Couple months?
It's been about a month and a half at this point. For
Okay.
you guys.
About 6 weeks.
All right. All right. You getting along all right?
Mm-hmm.
So far.
So far is a smart answer.
I mean, you guys get along on the... He's Ultra, right? On the
He is
Ultras,
not.
right? Oh,
He has refused invitation to the Ultras on multiple occasions.
that's really awesome of him. Yeah. Overall, we seem to like each other. I think we all just kind of mind our business outside of the team stuff. You know.
It's like, I thought he was
Well,
like
I guess we'll see how well that pans out for you.
Above the
No.
table, has Bulwark ever publicly been on any team?
As far as you know, no.
How long back does that history go?
He has been in the heroing game for upwards of 30 years now.
Okay.
But he has tended to be a solo player. That doesn't mean he hasn't teamed up with other heroes. He's done that plenty.
Just not as like a fixed kind of.
Yeah. So, I'm taking a wild guess and saying your power set comes from the sword there, sweetheart?
Sort of. Not exactly. So like, the sword is a power. It's like a magic sword.
One of those Excalibur type deals?
Yeah, sort of. Okay, so here is the thing, right? Like, I don't actually like have the sword with me all the time, but I can summon it at any time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Makes sense. Sort of a armory deal. I get it.
Yeah. They're innate powers. I was born with them.
You were born with a sword?
No,
Like
the sword didn't
attached to your
appear until,
body?
like, no.
Oof. That must have been rough.
That's
So does your
Oh.
grandma have a sword then?
She does have a sword. It doesn't work the same way. I don't know. We each have our own unique powers. Like, we're born with them.
Oh, so you're a legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about your dad. Right.
Oh, my dad's well, yeah, he's a hero, but he doesn't have any innate gadgets are his thing.
Yeah, I love the
Um,
random shit that you
Oh. Huh.
No, my mom's black butterfly. But
He sort of like gives you a glance. BB's your mom.
Yeah.
Well, hell, why didn't you say so?
because most people know and like my dad more than my mom. She's
Sorry,
kind of serious. I love her, but she's very serious.
I mean, yeah, but she does good work.
She does do good work. Yeah, no, I'm totally her daughter, and yeah, and Fortune Fox is grandma.
Fortune.
She was bigger in Japan.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember her.
You might know
Oh.
her from being banned from every casino within the Western United States.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh. He must be fun.
Fun family.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I wouldn't have guessed you're BB's kid.
Why not?
Well, I mean, sort of like gestures a hand at your costume. She's so serious.
We have the same cheekbones. And nose.
You can see him like sort of squint under the mask a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, no, yeah, totally. You know what? I think you'd think my little sister was more my mom's speed.
Did I know about her?
She's like brand new. She's messing with one of the covens. She's
Oh, she's magic.
Foxglove Gloom.
Fuck. Kids and their new hero names, I swear.
They're getting more elaborate these days.
My temperament is more like my dad's than my mom's.
Take your word for it.
But yeah, most people know who my dad is because he invents a lot of cool shit that heroes use.
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way, but techies can be a bit. They can be a bit hoity-toity for my tastes.
Oh, not him, but that's okay. He's big on the skate park.
Skate park.
Yeah. Skater boy, skate park.
Hmm.
He skateboards.
Wear what you love, I guess.
Mhm.
Though, speaking of wearing what you love, Sunny, you know you look like Silver Spectre, right?
That was
Yeah.
not a character.
I thought there was somebody named Sunny. I'm like, who is that?
Like, did you do that on purpose? Because if so, that's kind of in poor taste, kid.
Oh, it's
Intimidating.
irony.
Yeah, it's ironic.
He's like really funny actually, but like you have to get the irony to get his jokes.
Bulwark does not say anything, but he has an expression of like, yeah, not funny.
Anyways, you know us young people with our sensitive humors. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Ugh, kind of don't, but
That's okay.
I guess costume's not too much of a worry for you, says looking over at Thoth.
Stylish and functional.
Might be one of those things.
Precious agrees.
Just so I know I'm working with here, what can all of you do? Aside from speed and sword.
I mean, that's pretty much my gig.
Alright.
I'm really fast and
Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
really good at cutting things.
Sword helps.
It does.
You, darling? You said you could fly?
Creative use of hard light constructs. Mostly it's
Ah.
strength and durability. Dime a dozen.
Still
It's
working
so
on it then?
useful.
I'm better at making weapons with it.
It's actually pretty cool to see.
I hit
How-
stuff.
He hits stuff so good though. Like
Yeah.
really good.
With what?
My fist. Sometimes my foot. I think I
That's true.
headbutted a guy once.
Yeah.
You don't have any other powers besides that, do you?
No.
No.
Ooh, boy.
I jumped on a car once.
You did.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're just gonna go ahead and he sort of gestures his hand, and there is just like this little blue like bubble shield that appears around your torso, Silver Phantom.
Oh, thanks.
Did you just put
He's got body armor. I mean, I take a hit
a
pretty good,
Kevlar vest on?
but I'd prefer to not get hit, I guess, since, you know, it hurts.
Same.
I've watched
this is so
enough.
sad.
I've watched enough people with no powers get themselves hurt.
Did you ask Thoth what Thoth can do?
Have you ever experienced a nightmare?
Oh. Hey, man.
Have you ever been on acid?
Legally speaking, no.
Good answer.
Off the record, though.
I got a little crazy in college. Sue me.
So those powers are like that.
You give people drug trips?
That's
But
what you
without the
want.
drugs.
Okay. Sort of like glances around at all of you. You don't really seem like the type that Tabs would gravitate to, though.
Oh,
Oh, Elytra's not here.
yeah.
We
Her
have an
bug
inn.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tabs is just really excited that Elytra has friends, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry. Elytra is...
Tabs' protege.
No shit!
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, that's what Tabs said when we started the team.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Tabs, like, sort of strong-armed us into being a team. But,
Yeah.
Don't take it the wrong way. She kind of only has one tone.
Well,
I have a hard
Computer.
time reading it. Yeah. She kind of insisted that we were a team now, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's pretty advanced past, dial-up, so.
What?
Yeah.
Let's dial up.
Is Thoth too young to make that joke?
Well, I would say yes. However, you have said to me that you're the history buff, so it would make sense to me if you knew a little bit about
Okay.
older versions of technology.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, your brain has been pinging off the wall with how many historical references you're seeing just lying around down here.
Overload.
Mm-hmm. Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Let's see here. That turn should be... He sort of stops. And then, holds out a hand for all of you to stop.
Blurry stops.
Mm-hmm.
He just sort of silently points. And you do see the turn in the tunnel up ahead. You also see an arm sprawled out from behind the corner. You can't see what it's attached to. Just
Human arm?
appears to be.
Like sprawled
Clothed,
out on the
unclothed?
ground.
Yeah.
Bare skin or covered in anything?
Looks like it's wearing some sort of jacket sleeve, at least from what you can tell.
Modern?
Looks modern.
Interesting placement.
Mm-hmm. Again, he sort of motions with his hand, and you all can see a faint shimmering blue as a shield sort of seals the tunnel in front of you. He motions and starts walking forward, and the shield moves forward with him. You all follow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since I had to duck away when Glory and I were in the middle of a conversation, can we finish that conversation?
Oh yeah, sure. Rewind that.
Flashback to a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have an exit strategy?
And if I get through a chunk of time I got, heading back.
If the distances down here do shift, and we don't know how quickly they shift, that might be dangerous on your own. Not saying you can't handle yourself, but my impression is this place tests even the most experienced heroes.
Would it be wise to take another person from the group?
Sounds like whatever you're doing is important to you. How important?
The actual plans not vary. The people.
What happens if you don't make it on time?
Not sure. Best case scenario. They cancel. Case scenario. They do something. They didn't get in trouble.
Is it that you're worried about the effects this will have on you? That you care about the people involved, or both?
Care about the people. My friend's a little overconfident. Be there to watch his back.
Maybe I can give you some peace of mind. And Glory's going to use dark visions.
Oh,
You're muted. Yeah, you muted, Crow.
Sorry, I muted myself so I could look over notes without interrupting things. Okay, so go ahead and read real quick what Dark Visions allows you to do.
Dark visions. Mark your doomed track to have a vision about the situation at hand, in this case, the situation specifically, unless it is significantly intertwined with this one. After the vision, ask the GM a question. They will answer it honestly.
Okay, so it's just a vision about what's coming up here?
Yeah, her goal is to try and figure out what's going to happen on Thoth's end, to either provide reassurance or warning.
Okay.
Between one blink and the next, Glory's eyes are solid gold.
Okay. The vision comes to you as though colors swirling in mist. You see tunnels winding deep into the earth. You see a temple, a house, some sort of stone structure. You're not sure. You cross inside, and it is moldering and crumbling, aside from one fresco that adorns the back wall. It depicts the story of a hero, a monster. You're not sure. But at the center of it lies a depiction of a large stone sarcophagus. A man clutching a long sword engraved into its top. The colors upon the mural begin to move as a approximation of Thoth appears. Color and shadow swirling about him as dark humanoid figures crawl up the edges of the sarcophagus. Long clawed hands grasping out to him. If you were looking for a particular vibe, you would guess that Thoth is going to be late.
Right, the contrast between all that.
So is it, I do have an above the table question. Is the approximation of Thoth me as the character Thoth, or the Egyptian god Thoth?
You as Thoth.
Okay.
Also, I will say I'm not relaying this to you one-to-one.
That's fair. Me as a player just wanted to know.
Okay, that's... Okay, for the question... I don't know if this is something you can answer for me via Dark Visions, but what is Thoth going to be late for?
Nosy.
Hey, I got to mark my doom track for this. I've got to get something out of it.
Okay.
It's fair.
The tea.
Oh,
The
burn.
tea.
You will the vision in your mind to grant you this information. And the image begins to degrade. I'll say you've tried to push your powers like this before, and this is similar to what you've experienced, and Well, Cersei would have told you it's unwise to force prophecies at the best of times, and at the worst, they'll just actively refuse to give you any more information. But you force your perspective to the outward edges of this mural, trying to understand more of the symbols and images around it. And you don't get much. You can tell just sort of from like the degradation of the artwork and the more simplisticness that it's becoming more abstract. But you do see a set of 3 symbols. A snake, a box containing some sort of strange symbol you don't recognize in it, and then a simple face with 3 eyes, one dead center of the forehead.
Do I recognize anything like that?
Not specific.
What kind of snake is it?
Cobra.
Interesting. Glory blinks again. Her eyes are back to normal. You're almost certainly going to be late. The future's not set in stone as far as I understand it. You could leave now.
That it's not.
Not if you do something to change it. Sometimes. Sometimes we also meet our fate on the path to avert it.
Interesting line coming from you.
Not supposed.
She knows what she's talking about.
Suppose you. About how?
Didn't get that much. Mostly just saw danger down here. Something about a sarcophagus and, shadowy humanoids climbing up the sides of it, grasping for you.
Are we okay? So, question: Are we, since we'd really kind of just descended the stairs at this point? Are we still close enough to the service that I could send a text message, or would I need to go like back up all the way out?
You might be able to send a text message from down here.
Okay. I've made a commitment. That. Give him a heads up, I might cut it close. Better to let him know. There. I'll pull up my phone and start texting.
What if it's more than a little?
Yep. How come as bad because morning.
All right. there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
To try and get a text out to Manny that what I got called up for might take a bit and I might cut it close, but I'll definitely be there.
Okay. It takes a few tries to get your text message to send, but it does send. Unfortunately, by the time it does send, that's just about when Bulwark says it's time to head out. So you know you're probably not going to receive the reply text right away. All right.
Be careful. And she'll head down and flash forward.
Flash forward.
Ooh.
Hand. There's an arm and a hand. So
Wait, sorry, just to
Bulwark-
double check. The arm looks human?
Yes.
Okay.
Bulwark continues to sort of like push the barrier forward.
I reach out and see if I can get any emotional reading off this, whatever this hand is attached to.
You can reach out. There is nothing to connect to, however. Because as you all round the corner, you can see that this arm belongs to a man who is very much dead. Though, upon getting closer, you realize something weird. He is dry as a bone.
He didn't
What's-
moisturize.
You know what? He could use a really good moisturizer. I just got a new one.
What kind of clothing is he wearing, and is it modern?
It looks like he is wearing something akin to, like, mercenary or soldier garb. With, like, a Kevlar vest and khaki pants and shirt.
So at least fairly modern.
It looks fairly modern.
Do you have any outward identification?
Looks like he's wearing a pair of dog tags.
If the barrier is not in the way, I'll reach down and pull him out.
No.
The barrier is currently in the way, because Bulwark is just sort of, like, looking at this body with a high degree of suspicion.
That's
Lori's gonna
I-
look around them rather than at the body, just in case this is some kind of ambush.
Go ahead and roll me assess the situation. And what were you saying, HK?
Also, sorry for cutting you off.
That's okay. It happens. She was gonna say, I can get the dog tags, maybe. Just in case there's any fuckery, I have quick reflexes. Maybe. Just a thought. Otherwise, I'll just stand behind you with the sword. Though.
That might be a good idea. You alright with that, kid?
back up, yeah.
You want to reach from yourself though?
Sure, that's no problem. I mean, I'm not getting any readings from it, so
Okay.
Either if
I mean, I got the bulwark vest on there. I can grab it. Or I can just hang out and keep an eye on things like Lori.
Either one. I'm not gonna fight either of you for the. I'm just saying I have really quick reflexes.
You're not gonna fight us for the right to touch the dead body.
to touch the dead body. If you want to touch the dead body, I'm gonna let you.
I
but,
want
like-
to touch the dead body. No,
Okay, with
I
a
want
stick.
to.
Touch the dead body.
Bulwark's just sitting here like, what
Just
the
saying,
fuck?
it's least likely to like be able to
Oh my
snatch me up and steal my soul.
Alright. What'd you
Uh,
get there, Glory?
9, my spirit's in -1, so 8.
Okay.
Still a
So you
hit.
get to ask one.
What here is the biggest threat?
Okay.
Jay, you're behind a building. I can't see it.
Looking at the body, you notice a couple things. First of all, he doesn't seem to have any supplies with him, which is a little odd, especially if he's part of some sort of expedition down here. Additionally, despite being dressed like a soldier and even wearing some armor, you don't see a weapon.
Interesting. Do I see a holster?
You do.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think that's about when you glance upward and you see something. You don't know what it is, but you see a little black scurry of movement dart back into the shadows.
Watch the shadows. Something's moving in them. And she's looking up as she says this. Expect down.
Bulwark sort of looks around. And the shield in front of you all domes up around you all.
Glory's, we're gonna, given I don't know what this is, we're gonna go sword and shield for this. Summons hard light.
Yeah. HK's got her katana out and ready to fight shadows.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
You kids want to check that body first, or do we want to get this show started?
I was gonna say, like, what if, like, Glory, like, I don't really know how your hard light works, but could you light up, like, the shadow somehow?
I guess she could theoretically glow.
Yeah.
Just saying.
How much light you want?
Light it up.
Can do. We're gonna crank up the brightness in here.
Let's see what scary things are stalking us, guys.
All right. Well, as you sort of illuminate things, the thing that was lurking in the shadows is very briefly visible, though it is desperately trying to scurry backwards into the shadows. Despite the fact that I'm using the word scurry, it is vaguely human.
Can I use a construct to try and trap it?
In a moment, but I would like to
All
describe it first.
Go for it.
It has 2 arms, 2 legs, though the nails of each have been replaced with long black claws.
Gross.
Its skin is gray and dead looking, and sallow to the point of almost sticking to the bones. With the exception of the middle of its torso, which, similar to someone starving to death, is bloated and swollen and misshapen.
It's gonna try to eat us.
Its face is gaunt, with beady black eyes, and a mess of sharp teeth that does not fit within its lips, sticking out of them like a piranha. And it makes no sound as it continues to adhere to the wall and just creeps back away from the light. Okay, that's... Yep.
That's probably the creepiest thing we've seen down here so far.
I think there's more of them.
Can you trap that one? What if it can communicate?
Do you want to communicate with them?
I know.
Question. What's going on with the nails of the body on the floor?
Hoo-hoo! Good one.
They look dark.
Black?
How dark?
Almost black. They are not sharp, however.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glory says, that thing had black claws where its nails should be. Points out at the body. Nails are black. Might be a time bomb.
Oh shit! Not vampires again.
Again. Oh yeah.
Vampires are real?
He
You
sort of
forget
like
what city
turns.
we live in?
He sort of like turns to look at USP.
Yeah.
Kid. There's one running a bar in the industrial quarter.
True.
He's an asshole.
Does he
I'm
look like
not
that?
old enough to drink? Question mark. How
I
old
am.
I'm not. I'm only 20.
Technically.
Glory's not, but that doesn't stop her.
Glory's also old. I have Glory's age in quotes. So
Allegedly.
Also-
Allegedly 19.
allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly 19.
I've never done an illegal thing in my entire life.
I am 22.
I would quickly mention, Thoth.
Yeah.
You did get a mind link ever so briefly with the creature.
The one that was on the
It-
ceiling.
It has emotions.
Ooh.
Though the overwhelmingly
Break its heart.
prevailing one, as it scurried away, was hunger.
Oh,
Not
that's a bad
ideal.
emotion.
Um,
I don't like that emotion.
Do you have pizza or sandwiches? Does anybody
I would
have?
probably just amidst all of this other conversation, also looking at the ceiling, I probably just mutter out of the blue, "It's hungry."
Not comforting
Cool.
though.
Cool.
Anyways, Lord, I would feel better moving around if you were to trap it.
What shadows did it escape into?
It's a little bit farther down the hallway.
Can we
from
just
where you all
move
are.
that way and like grab it so at least we know that one can't like bite us when we. That's what vampires are supposed to look like though, right? Like they're not.
I have an idea.
That's not right. That one's not right.
Both?
Since I know this thing is hungry, I want to conjure up a little illusionary mouse and have it like scurry
Interesting.
along the ground just to see if I
Trap
can get a
it.
reaction out of this thing.
Okay. Little mouse. Starts scurrying along. And like a bolt of black lightning, this thing hits the ground hard enough to crack the stone, going for the mouse. Its claws pass right through it, and there's just this half second where it's just like,
I have another one pop up behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Glory, you said you wanted to trap it. Now would be the perfect opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Hell yeah.
Get him.
Using the Jenna dice for this one because I want this to go well. Okay. With my +2 in freak, that's a 9.
Okay. So, would you like me to tell you how it's unstable or temporary, or would you rather mark a condition?
I will take unstable or temporary for this one.
Okay.
It's more fun this way.
So describe how you seal this thing up. What do you build around it?
I think that she's a little too focused for something in like creative, so we're just gonna go with like half dome, hard light, translucent.
You get the dome up just in time as this thing tries to bolt away and just boom slams against the side of it, and immediately you can tell, oh shit, this is not gonna hold. This thing, despite its gaunt appearance, is very, very strong.
Thing's strong. That dome's not gonna hold. My constructs hold pretty well.
I'm on it.
It's not gonna hold it in the construct.
Not for long.
As you all watch, as this thing just starts like going at near heavenly katana speeds, just like bouncing around inside.
I
this
think I'm the
asshole.
only one that can take this out. You might have to let me out so I can behead it.
Well, as you all are discussing, Bulwark reshapes his force field again and wraps it around yours, Glory. And you all see as it starts to glow a brighter and brighter blue as he starts to, like, reinforce it. He says, okay, let it go.
I release it.
And again, it bounces, but as opposed to, like, ricocheting off of your hard light, because Bulwark's force fields are a bit more malleable, it's sort of like... It almost seems
Okay.
to, like, absorb the kinetic energy and just, like, plop it back out.
Are we
Lori is
out?
watching that and noting it for a later thought.
Are we out of the dome from Bulwark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lori will redome around the team.
Can you let me out real quick? I'm gonna grab those dog tags.
She'll make a door.
Heavenly Katana just like zips out the door, grabs the dog tags and like hyper speed, and then zips back in.
Alright. Easy enough to do. You're fairly certain the corpse twitched as you took them off, but...
It's not dead. I want to
It's
go back out. I want to behead it.
Take a shot before anything happens.
Yeah.
Jump away fast if it does.
Get it. Yep. Okay.
I'll
she
take
just
the dog
like
tags from her.
she tosses the dog tags to you, and then she just like hyper speeds back out and just beheads the corpse.
Easy enough to do.
And then hyper speeds back in.
Yeah, kick the head away from it.
Yeah.
Do you kick it at super speed?
Yes.
So it just goes boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You can just hear it
it's
echoing
gone
down
like
the...
boom, ding, ding, ding down the hall.
Oh boy.
I'm really good at kickball too.
I'm like trying to keep one eye on the one that Bulwark has captured and seeing if anything's happening with the corpse.
Okay. The corpse just sort of collapses over. Like it's a headless corpse now.
Becomes still.
You know, it was
Or
pretty still
still.
before. It just sort of twitched
It
a little bit.
twitched when I grabbed the things, though. Like it legit was a twitch from it. Not I didn't do that.
Well, hopefully the worst case is that it takes it a bit longer to regenerate. Best case, it doesn't regenerate at all.
Yeah, I just.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's take a look. There's enough light, I assume, to see what's on the dog tags.
From you alone, yes.
Shiny.
It appears that these are dog tags belonging to a Justin Barnes, which, with a quick referral to the information that Tab sent you, is one of the members of the expedition who came down here. He was part of the security detail.
That's not ideal.
Do we know how many people were part of that expedition?
Including Luciferous Cain, 10 in total.
What was Kane's powers again? Do we?
Being
well,
sad.
Oh yeah, no. I remember he would be
Magic
perfect for my
bullshit.
sister.
Isn't he like the Thoth counter?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say in specific.
I remember.
I wrote them down
I
somewhere.
think I wrote it
The
down.
anti-thoth.
Doesn't
Nope.
mean I remember.
Per his publicity, he has finagled his way into one-sided deals with over 1,000 devils and demons. Practically speaking, he is known for his magical capability, which comes usually through the form of various summoned creatures from other worlds.
Given his family's relationship with the historical truth of the city, Glory doubts that.
Who's to say?
Fair enough. Just thought I'd put that out there.
As you all are looking over the dog tags, there's just the occasional soft thump, 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 as this thing just continually ponks against Bulwark's shield.
How's it holding?
Well, he keeps on running into it, which just feeds it more, so I think we're okay for the time being.
Feedback
That's
loop
cool.
based on kinetic energy?
Yeah.
Little trick I figured out.
That's really cool.
And useful.
Wow. Think what you could do with my energy.
Yeah, thought crossed my mind, but yeah.
What kind of range can you
Watching
get
her
on
zip
that?
around.
if we're in a swarm situation.
Bigger the shield, the weaker it's going to get.
And the more of them, I imagine, not good.
I can do kinetic feedback loops, but the fact of the matter is there's a durability limit on the shields.
That makes sense. Let's try not to get swarmed then.
How long do we think that that's going to be able to keep up that hyperspeed?
Well, if it is a vampire, that means it's magic, which means it's practically never going to run out of juice.
Ah, shit. She's eyeing it to see if it's actually faster than her or not. Like, I imagine she's got her eyes in hyperspeed, just following it.
You are having to focus to keep up with it, so it's
Yeah.
at least comparable to you.
I think I could be faster, but it'd be close.
I mean, if you do a controlled opening, so it only has one way to go, and Faye's just ready to behead it, wouldn't that...
If it was a swinging door too, then I can just be on.
We should account for the possibility you might not be able to behead one of those things at full strength.
That's interesting. I've never seen anything I couldn't cut through with my sword. But
I'm just saying,
That's
just in
fair.
case, I wouldn't want it to get the jump on you. Given that you're
you make
close
me
to speed
a
matches.
hard light sword?
I can, but it's more difficult if you're holding it.
Ah. Can you wrap hard light around this sword?
I can give it a shot.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, the light itself couldn't hurt.
It'd be more... I don't know what kind of magical properties this thing has. If it's magic.
Right. I'm wondering if you can open a tiny thing in the force field, like, big enough for its arm to get out, so I can test if I can cut its arm off.
Not a bad plan.
Because then at least it has minimal reach, you know? So as long as I stay out of its reach, in theory, I could test it out on the arm.
Bulwark, what's your take on it? You're the one with the force field.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, so many things could go wrong here.
yeah. That's absolutely his thought. If this thing is a force field,
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much as small as you want.
Crush it?
I could try, but that could also break my shield.
I'm worried about how long we have to stand here and decide.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm saying. If we can,
Okay.
if we can go with one of the plans, at least try. I
SK,
would.
can you keep an eye on the corridors and let us know if anything's coming while we try this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've got an idea. But, you're gonna need to be real fast, girly.
She just like cracks her neck both ways.
It's what you're good at.
Okay. Here we go.
Wait. Tell me the plan before we do it.
Aim for the head.
Okay. She just...
As
Give me a
you watch,
countdown.
5,
She goes.
4, and you watch as the force field starts to collapse around this creature. And it almost starts to, like, vacuum seal it to some degree. As it's just, like, vibrating violently inside the more and more enclosed space. 2, 1, now! As
Opens.
you see as he pierces the top and allows just his head to bloop,
Just
stick out of the force field.
And she just swings for it.
Go ahead and roll me directly engage a threat.
Okay. I'm gonna use Fight the Good Fight. and I am going to use Savior instead of Danger, which gives me an 11.
Okay. Go ahead and pick 2.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. I cannot surprise or frighten it because that's one of my limitations of using Savior instead of Danger.
Fair enough.
Um,
I will say in this instance, you could use take something from them to take his head.
I would like to take his head. That's the first thing that I'd like to take.
Now
Off
we
with his
can do
head.
that for things.
And
Couldn't
create an
use it to take
opportunity
away
for
a
my
life.
allies to not be eaten by a vampire.
What
Roll to not be eaten by a vampire.
if
Okay. You've made your choices.
Yes, I have.
So, as you dart forward,
Mm-hmm.
you can see as this thing is like wriggling, trying to get free. And you line it up as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit. However, the spawn is as equally as fast as you.
Fuck.
And you just put food directly in mouth reach.
Fuck.
And as you skid to a stop, the head goes bouncing away into the hallway. And a few of its teeth are still embedded in your wrist where it just bit you. Go ahead and mark me afraid if you haven't marked it already.
That bad?
Got it.
We need to worry
I
about
think
that.
it's pretty fucking bad.
What?
It
How
looks
these things
bad.
work?
I don't know. If I turn into a vampire, everybody's fucked. I'm already super
oh, you'd be
fast.
so fast as a vampire too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the time to say that with such awe. Oh, shit.
Do you know how long it takes for this shit to happen? Do we have time to like?
Is a single bite like game over?
I don't know. I don't know how vampires work.
I don't entirely either, which is why we're going to treat this like a medical emergency. As he reaches underneath his costume on his back and pulls out a small first aid kit.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you
Warn
put
you-
anti-venom for vampires in there?
Well, got the next best thing. And he pulls out a hypodermic needle with a substance that you actually recognize, Glory, as panacea.
Okay.
What is it?
To the rest of you, it appears to be a lightly silvery gold liquid that glows faintly inside the syringe.
Have I seen that before? Because I took Glory to the hospital once.
You may have seen some of it before, yeah.
For what it's worth, the stuff that you see Glory with is usually not panacea.
I'm sure.
It glows, so I don't think he's gonna notice the difference. He's like, oh, that looks familiar. I'm sure it's fine. He's an adult.
Before he injects it, I want to see if I can get a look at the injury. Not like interrupting it, I'm just trying to see.
HK is
going
gonna grab the teeth out of her wrist first.
Okay. Well, the injury is, well, bloody. It definitely pierced the skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a d6 real quick here. Okay. Glory, it might be your imagination, but like around the edges of where those teeth entered, you swear you see little black lines.
Okay. Making a note of that and hoping this works.
And HK, as Bulwark comes up to you, he says, I'm gonna need you to stay still, honey.
Okay.
As you suddenly feel your arm get constricted, almost like a blood pressure cuff.
I was gonna say we need to tourniquet that regardless, because...
Well, he has just projected a force field around your arm that is just a bit tight to tourniquet it.
Mm-hmm.
And he injects it right next to the bite site.
Okay.
And for a brief moment, you can see like your veins light up gold as this substance like spreads through it, and then like slowly dissipates. Okay, then you're gonna want one of these. And he pulls out a sprig of some sort of plant. Open up. Puts it on your tongue. Closes your mouth. Keep that in there.
I'm supposed to talk with it like this?
Yep. And then here.
Testing
he
the
pulls
limits of
out-
Jenna's roleplay.
He pulls out like a proper tourniquet and starts like properly binding your arm.
Thanks, Bullen.
Don't worry, kid. We'll get you through this. Well, and he stops as you all hear a as the entirety of the tunnel rumbles.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
How long do I have to keep this on my tongue?
And reading
From who?
whatever. If there is something, if this tunnel is alive, if there is something coming towards us, are we facing down an army?
It's the vampires.
You're not getting any sort of emotional reading.
Okay.
Glory, you feel a faint tingle on your skin,
Melly?
which you would recognize, not in some specific, but you recognize sort of the feeling of magic.
There's magic in that. Not sure what kind.
Distant, coming through the darkness. Heavy.
Does it sound like a particular material or organic material? Okay, sorry, Jenna. I did that again.
It's my. I think it was my fault because I was unmuting and the timing was weird.
Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
Just curious if it sounds like any particular material or like fleshy.
It sounds like stone. Like stone slamming against stone.
Stone on stone. Something like golem, maybe?
You can hope. What were you
Guys,
saying,
can
Jenna?
you make us invisible?
Depends on what I'm trying to hide us from.
I
Certainly
think
tried.
that anything will help.
I think we, considering this place and how much is down here, and we've already encountered 2 different types of things, that trying to fight everything is probably not the best bet, so maybe we could prioritize speed or stealth.
Okay.
But I can try and hide our presence from anything nearby as we go through. And I will
That would be good.
try and like put up an illusion around us to hide our presence, make it look like all is empty.
Maybe a different direction than that.
Mm-hmm.
Not really certain there's another direction to get to the site.
I was afraid you'd say that.
What if we find a place to hide in the like corridor, like is there like alcoves in the wall, Crow? Like
Oh, there's plenty. There's like all sorts of crap in the
we
walls.
we pick an alcove, we go in there, invisible, wait for them to go by, then we go.
They might take a while to cross, and some of them might not go anywhere because they probably can smell us.
It's getting faster, louder.
Out of the intersection. Illusion. Close it off. Give it another direction that isn't the direction we're in to go in. If it smells us, shit out of luck. If it doesn't, then it works.
Getting louder.
Glory's already acting on this for what it's worth, unless somebody tells her not to.
I'm following Glory.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yep.
stupid. I'm gonna go towards the sound and put an illusory wall between me and whatever this is.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's coming.
So, as you all move, the noise gets louder and louder and louder. And as it gets closer, the walls rumble. And those of you who got closer to the walls see as they start to undulate. As
Yeah, I'm
though
not touching that.
you are the first to see, as what is approaching you initially just looks like more hallway. And then you realize it's a whole bunch of hallway compressed down into this ring of distorted space that is rippling through the tunnel. Sometimes sort of chunking along, but other times just ripping through.
It look like it's rearranging the space.
As a matter of fact, it does. And it hits you. As you all watch, as Thoth suddenly floats up into the air, and then shoom, like a crashing avalanche, all the stone replaces itself and takes Thoth with it, zipping him down the hall.
Fine.
I'm gonna run down the hall.
Yeah. HK's full speed running down
I'm
the hall
assuming
after
this
Thoth.
is in the exact opposite direction from where we need to go.
No, this is the exact opposite. This is the exact direction that you do need to go.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Oh shit, behind us, Jay.
Now or never.
Uh,
She's running after her teammates because somebody needs to protect them.
And it's not gonna be us.
Thoth,
Yeah.
you are having a hell of a trip. As this ring of distorted space hits, and your perceptions just what? It is like looking through a kaleidoscope the size of a solar system, as the world just fractures and twists and bends in impossible ways all around you. You look down at your hands, and your fingers are turning into hands, or turning into fingers, or turning into hands, or turning into fingers.
Oh my god, I'm AI generated.
Oh no.
It's not too dissimilar as just like everything just twists and warps. And you feel motion. You feel like you are being pulled along. You couldn't tell anyone which direction, because currently
All of them.
up feels like left inwards and down feels like going up through your spine. As just blurs of colors and light. You vaguely hear noises of creatures passing by, and then you are unceremoniously just deposited onto a hard floor made of tile.
This is fine. I'm here for this. I'm here to cause problems.
You're initially face down.
I feel like I feel like I slap my hands down and like push myself up and like gasping for breath like I was drowning.
That's what'll never live up to it.
Probably not dissimilar to how it felt. Considering that breathing felt like moving your toes up through your eyeballs.
I'm going to internalize this perception and try to remember it and see if I can recreate some shred of it with my illusions.
I love it.
Well, perhaps at a later
Nice.
point, because as you look up, you find that you are sprawled out at someone's feet.
Great!
It is a young man, approximately your age, dressed in all black, with the exception of his sunglasses, which are tinted red.
I found
And
him.
of course he's wearing them. Perfectly manicured hair. And he carries a cane topped with a silver skull, as you instantly recognize Luciferus Cain, who is currently staring down at you, and says, "Who the hell are you?
Did you do that?
What the fuck do you think? Where's Justin?"
That's the guy's name. For what it's worth.
Justin's
Hmm.
dead.
Were you trying to retrieve Justin?
Shit, he's dead too, isn't he?
Turning into vampire thing? Whatever. I don't know. We encountered something with gray skin and sharp teeth, and he was turning into one of those things, so. Yeah. Dead or was soon to be undead and then re-dead. But dead. Beheaded. Behead dead.
I love it.
Justin too. And you look over and you realize it is not just Luciferus here. There are 6 other people in the room.
7 total?
One of them... One of them you do recognize as Dr. LeBlanc. They all look pretty dirty and messed up somewhat. Again, as a reminder, Luciferus looks perfectly manicured.
So you've just been holed up here?
Well, you haven't exactly had a whole lot of choice. And he points his cane behind you. And you turn to look, and there is a wall of reddish runes suspended in the air. Semi-transparent, and behind it, you can see dozens and dozens of those spawn, clawing, seething, waiting.
Cool. So how did you just manage to get me through all of those things?
Well, it's a recall spell. Not exactly the best.
Is that a one-time use thing?
You're part of a rescue team.
Yeah.
Please tell me you have a vampire hunter.
Doubtful, because I don't think that Bulwark didn't seem super informed on vampires. But
One of the scientists. Bulwark's here? We're saved!
somewhere. Here physically with me, clearly not. But how well do you know the surrounding area? Are there other tunnels, or is it just like a straight shot back where we came from?
It's not a straight shot back. I've been trying to do some spatial collapse, but someone refuses to fill his part of the bargain. And he looks over to a corner, and you follow his eyes, and you see a legit goat-hooved and horned devil sitting in the corner, apparently playing chess with a skeleton.
Cool. Can you make like open up extra hallways or rooms or create little like portal dimensions or anything? I'm talking to Luciferus Kane.
I'm trying to. Who the hell are you?
Thoth. So what do we need to do to make that happen?
He sort of like peers at you through the sunglasses for a moment, then like taps you with the end of his cane.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, so you're not actually Thoth.
Do I look like if I have the head of a baboon? No.
I mean,
Anyway, what do we need to do to create some sort of pocket dimension room that we can herd these things into?
and he reaches down to his hip and he pulls out what you would recognize as the Cane Ledger. This is where Luciferus supposedly keeps records of all the deals he's made and what exactly he can call upon them to do. Let me check. He starts flipping through. You see a couple of the scientists in the corner just like... Dr. LeBlanc comes up. Thank you for coming to get us, son.
No problem. Why did anything cool down here? Did you, like, fulfill your mission thing, or did it just turn into a shit show and you've been stuck here for 3 days?
Well, we've found it. He looks to the back wall, and you start to register the back wall, which is a massive mural. Covered in what you would recognize as Greco-Roman designs. Swirling spirals and depictions of heroic efforts. And at the center of it is a depiction of a sarcophagus. Standing upright, with a man holding a long sword engraved into the proverbial lid. The artifact proved to be more large than our sensors had indicated.
So is it like the sarcophagus is painted on the mural, or it's a sarcophagus inlaid in the mural?
It's painted onto the mural.
Okay. So you're just, what, wanting to take this whole wall out of here?
No, we obviously can't do that. But when we tried to leave, Thomas hit a tripwire and he sort of looks over at the swarm of spawn.
So it just called the spawn. Hey, Kane, you're making that barrier, right? That's not like...
Of course I'm making that barrier.
Oh. Alright.
It's been everything I can do to keep those damn things out of here.
Making sure there wasn't, like, a swarm, but also a magical spell trap, whatever, that was keeping stuck in here. Although, considering I managed to pass through it, maybe not super. Should have been an ending. Anyway. Yes, keep reading your things to figure out what we need for the bargain. And I'm gonna turn back to Dr. LeBlanc and be like, so what was your goal with, like, were you just trying to, like, transcribe this or draw this or copy the script?
Our senses had detected a large influx of extra-dimensional energy. We tracked it here, but then lost the signal.
You haven't technically found what you were looking for.
Well, at this time, that seems like a, at best, tertiary concern.
Hey, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there, just get a full scope of the situation. You've been down here for a couple days, like, I don't know what you've been doing. We didn't really get a full
LeBlanc
debrief.
and Kane in unison. Days?
Yep.
Kane closes the book, starts, like, slapping against his head. God damn time dilation!
Okay. Yeah, stressful. Super cool. We're gonna try and get you out of here. Can you please figure out what we need to do to fulfill the other half of the bargain?
I'm working on it. God, you're annoying. The devil in the corner. Hey! Sorry.
So, hell, I'm annoying?
They are persnickety about the big one.
I'm shocked.
You're hilarious. Closes the book. Aside from Bulwark, who else is with you?
A few other people from my team. Glory, Silver Phantom, Heavenly Katana.
Heavenly Katana
Yep.
is on your team.
Yeah. Have you seen what she can do? She's super fast. We're the
Those
misfits.
fucking misfits.
So why? You've heard of us. Nice.
Unfortunately, yes.
But you have heard of me.
Well, fortunately for you, we came to rescue you.
I hope it's Floor telling him how
You.
great we've been and how hot I am. I
You
hope
all
that's what
came
he
to
heard.
rescue me.
Well, apparently didn't get out of here on your own, so.
Dr. LeBlanc, perhaps we could cooperate on this as opposed to bickering? We'll finish this on the surface. For right now, I guess we do need the rest of your team. And he takes his cane and starts to like draw on the tiles and leaves like red trails of energy as he starts to scribe out some sort of arcane runic circle.
Watching this, taking it all in.
All right. Meanwhile, rest of y'all, you're just charging after Thoth.
Yep.
I love that I
Yeah.
cast this.
Keeping my eyes on the surroundings because she's pretty sure we're gonna get got at some point if we keep going.
Yeah.
Alright.
HK is just like charged full speed.
She's
Yeah,
gone.
she's much faster.
We're
She's gone.
never
She
gonna
would
see her again.
Yeah, it's,
Fair point. Fair point. And at a certain point, if neither Glory nor Silver Phantom prove to be faster than just like a normal person, Bulwark will actually scoop the two of you up in another bubble and start like wheeling
Rolling
you all
you?
a little faster forward.
Sure.
roll them in a hamster bubble.
It doesn't roll per se, but it is like,
It's amazing.
I don't know if you're familiar with like the Time Pod from DC Comics, but it's very much like that, where it's just like levitating around. But HK, you fall behind of the ring as it whisks Thoth away. However, you do manage to see where it goes. Right into the pile of things that look just like the thing that bit you. That is currently enveloping most of the front of and the doorway of this large temple-looking structure. And as you skid to a stop, a good chunk of them look over to you. And they start to charge.
Do I see this
And-
happen?
Is this at Heavenly?
Yeah.
Cool. She's gonna run back the other way. Like,
And this is where we're going to go ahead and take a
Fuck.
break.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. Yay!
Let's get back to the-
Alrighty, we're back.
So yeah, HK is being chased by a horde of vampire spawn.
Yay!
This isn't a problem at all.
Go ahead and roll me Unleash Your Powers.
Okay. I'd like to use Symbol of Authority with... No. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna work on a bunch of ravenous vampire spawn.
It's 11.
Okay. So, this is probably a first for you. It's not uncommon for you to, like, occasionally encounter, like, a speedster elsewise in the city.
Huh.
This is the first time you have been chased by a mob of them. But you prove to be pretty adept at dodging.
The reflexes. It's those fox-like reflexes.
They're probably saving your butt right now.
Yeah, uh-huh.
As a few spawn, like, lunge forward and try to get you, and you just sort of, like... just
Matrix,
like Matrix
style. Yeah. You know, I am the one. And today's not the day, Satan. or whoever the demon is that did this.
But you're running a fair bit faster than when you were chasing Thoth, mostly because, well, your life is very much on the line here.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to an interesting moment where you turn a corner, and then Glory and Silver Phantom, you guys and Bulwark turn a corner, and there's just sort of this moment of like, oh. As there is just this black storm coming down the hallway.
I don't think we can outrun these, can we? Except for Heavenly Katana.
Yeah.
Even HK is having issues outrunning them.
All right. How big's the tunnel?
At this point, I'd say it's about 12 feet round.
We're gonna try to put up at least a temporary block.
Okay. You and Bulwark simultaneously start projecting out like a force field. Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers for me, Glory.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's not good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, with my freak, that is of +2. That's only 5.
Don't forget to
Rip.
mark potential.
Yeah, the one silver lining of that.
But unfortunately, Bulwark was kind of counting on you to cover some of it. So good news, Heavenly Katana. You are not trapped on the other side of this force field. You managed to get to the other side. Bad news is, so do a couple of Spawn.
She's just gonna do the thing and quick as she's just gonna yell duck and then just whack with the sword at hyperspeed to try to behead them or dismember them, whatever.
How about all three of you go ahead and roll me to directly engage a threat, unless you're doing something fancy with your powers instead.
I'm gonna do something real fancy with my powers.
Punch
I'm gonna
things
punch
super
them.
hard.
I'm gonna punch them in the head.
Fast punch.
Fist.
I could use the GM ruling on this. Would the situation make this qualify as standing strong while dramatically under fire?
Yes, I would
Awesome.
say yes.
Then I will use Suck It, Domiton, or whatever the fuck it's called.
We're gonna go with
roll with
Demission.
Savior. What?
Okay, we're gonna go with
Demission.
Demission.
Okay, Suck It, Demission, and roll with Savior.
Okay.
Which, for what it's worth, I love the name of this thing.
All of the names for the beacon abilities are fantastic.
They really are.
Oh, I got I'm gonna use Fight the Good Fight again. And I'm gonna use Savior instead of Danger. And that is a 14.
Okay. You don't need to pick things here. I'm just trying to get a general vibe of how well you all are able to fight these Spawn.
Got a 7, so
5,
we're hanging
6,
on,
7.
but just barely.
I also got a 7.
Okay. HK is definitely doing the best, which makes sense. She's the one who can directly match their speed.
Yeah.
But
Even-
Glory,
Yeah.
SP, you guys are managing to hold your own too.
Question.
Good.
Do these things seem like they have enough bite strength to actually break through my skin?
I don't think you want to find out.
I'm not going to test it on purpose.
I don't know. I've got a few teeth in the pocket. We could try. No.
That
That's
doesn't
not how
help.
bite strength works.
Yeah.
Might be just be too hard to tell. But
It's a little too hard to tell, unfortunately.
fair enough. I'm not testing it.
Especially with how fast they're moving.
Yeah.
Like, for you and SP, you're not so much, like, reacting to their specific movements as much as you're trying to predict what they're about to do. Because, like, you cannot directly match their speed like HK
Yeah.
can. But, Glory, your projected armor does prove to be at least enough resistance for you to land good killing blows on him.
Nice.
And SP, turns out, for as fast as these things are, they don't appear to have a whole lot of combat mentality to them.
That's good.
Which means that a trained martial artist can actually counter them somewhat. You're not really able to
Yeah.
kill them, it turns out.
Well,
'cause
I
you-
can at least knock them over.
You toss any towards
True.
me, I can stab him.
Yeah, I'll just
Same.
fling them in the direction of the weaponed women.
Easy enough to
These
do.
are my protector, emotional
and bake.
support women.
My emotional support armed women.
I love it.
My emotional support Amazons.
I mean, sort of.
He's got a
That is-
type, all right?
Strong.
Strong. Just strong. Doesn't matter
Just
after that.
strong. That's so hot the way that you wave that sword.
Also, so scary.
I'm scaroused right now.
Scared and horny.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a bit of a scrum here, as Bulwark is living up to his name and is like reinforcing the shield over and over as a eerily similar image to what happened, or what's happening on your end, Thoth, starts to manifest as Bulwark is projecting the shield, and the spawn are just like piling up to like fill it. Meanwhile, though, back at the Temple of the Mural, Thoth, as far as you observe, the swarm lessens somewhat, but you're not entirely certain why. It's kind of hard to make out.
I'm gonna take that as a positive for the moment. Is there anything else in this room besides the mural that's like artifact-y?
Not particularly. In fact, it looks like a lot of the rest of this room has been damaged somehow. You can see that the tiles of the floor are like cracked and splintered. It looks like there was stuff on the other walls, but it was like ripped off.
That look recent? Like it happened during this expedition, or it's been...
It does not look like it happened during the expedition, but you're not certain how long it's been gone. It definitely looks like this was at one point a fancier building that was desecrated in some way.
Okay. I think I'll probably sort of multitask and ask Dr. LeBlanc if how much do you know about this room? Following this for whatever energy you were looking for.
Well, we were able to study it some before the incident. As best we can figure, this is some sort of ancient, I would say almost Celtic structure, but it doesn't make much sense. They didn't build with stone often. Of course, tracks for Undertown.
Oh, while he's explaining this, I'm a little shit. I'm going to illusion up a pair of those old, like, red and blue 3D glasses on my face. And illusion a fake, little thing of popcorn. And I'm going to also illusion up some mice on the other side of that barrier to have these vampires trip all over themselves and chase them around.
It's quite the knot of bodies as you start doing this. And the doctor sort of, like, periodically is, like, glancing over, like, what? As best we can tell, it's some sort of honoring cairn. Presumably, at one point this was filled with treasure. We found remnants of various carved artifacts that appear to have been damaged, presumably in some sort of looting. We assume that's also when the damage to the additional murals took place. Dramatic damage.
Yeah, I know. Additional murals? I take another look around the room.
Well, we found evidence of paint on these other walls. He points to the other side walls that, again, have been sort of stripped.
Oh.
We at first hypothesized that it was due to some precious material being used in their construction, but this back mural seems to have some gold inlay, and it seems to remain untouched.
I'll take a break from... I don't know if tormenting the not dead is the right word, but use them for entertainment. And I'll let the illusion of the popcorn and pretty glasses go. Sparkle of dust. And I want to go over to on the back wall and just kind of like reach out and maybe not quite touch it at first, but just see if I can feel anything about it. Or just take a closer look at it.
Roll to unleash your powers for me.
How do I do this? How do I play this game? Okay. Powers.
None of us have any idea, Charlie.
Freak.
That's the point.
Freak is a +2. Okay. Some of my new Jenna dice. Ooh. Not quite there. A perfect success, but that's a 9.
Okay. You're sort of looking at the mural. Looking at the events depicted. And you realize a lot of them are depicting the feats of this same person. With the... Now that you're standing in front of the sarcophagus and realizing proportions a bit more, you realize just how absurdly large this sword is. This is like a claymore with an extra foot of metal attached to it. It seems to depict, well, what you'd almost describe as superhero actions. Taking on villains, monsters, albeit all with an ancient twist. You sort of briefly touch your hand to the depiction of the sarcophagus. And for a split second, you swear you feel another mind behind the wall. And just as you have that connection, it's interrupted as Kane... Alright, here we go! Taps his, cane to the circle he's just inscribed, and you watch as it lifts up, begins to rotate in front of the barrier, and then extends the barrier outward. And again, there's that sound, though this time it's getting farther away from you. Alright, set it up to only pick up the living. You said there were 4 other members?
Yeah.
Alright, now, transposition.
I think the combination of that feeling of the mind and suddenly being interrupted by Kane, I definitely jerk my hand back from the mural a little bit.
Alright.
Does the outgoing spell to pick up everyone else, do the undead register that at all?
They, flinch, the tiniest bit from it, but it's clearly not affecting them. And judging what Luciferus just said, you'd guess it's probably designed to not pick them up and, not bring them inside the barrier.
Yeah, I meant so more are they afraid of it or just ignoring it altogether? That kind of thing.
Seem to be kind of ignoring it. Meanwhile, back at the scrum, you all managed to cut down the last vampire spawn that made it past Bulwark's barrier, but you all are pretty well walled off from where Thoth went. And then you start hearing dum, 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 again.
Yeah, fuck. Which one of us is gonna go this time?
Yes.
And again, you all see as this like rippling churn of the tunnel comes forward. But this time, it hits Bulwark, and he starts to levitate like Thoth did.
Oh,
And
cool.
then it like splits off and keeps going until it hits the three of you. And again, you all experience that like Doctor Strange-esque like complete mind melts warp effect.
Oh, I hate magic.
Yeah, in shit future.
And then once again, it starts moving the other way, and just shoom. With you all, it's even less dignified than Thoth's entrance, as you all are stacked neatly, like on top of one another, like a stack of pancakes. Go ahead and roll me a d6 real quick to see where you land in the pancake.
Okay. 4.
4.
I'm like
3.
right on top of Silver Phantom.
We have become one.
We've joined into the hive mind. This is how it all begins. We started to share a brain cell.
You all have not fused together, but I'll go ahead and say that HK is on top, Silver Phantom below her, Glory below him, and at the very bottom, having rolled a 1, is Bulwark.
Well, at least we're all small.
Glory can lift us.
That's true.
He sort of, like, muffled says, magic.
Bro,
Glory
same.
We'll get up and lift both Heavenly Katana and Silver Phantom up and just put them down.
Thanks.
Thank
Then
you.
she'll offer Bulwark a hand. He can take it if he wants or not.
And you all see what Thoth saw when he first arrived, with the scientists in one corner, the devil playing chess with the skeleton in the other, and Luciferous Cain standing over the pile of you. He's looking down specifically, initially at you, Heavenly Katana. As he sort of...
That's awkward. She's not looking at him. She's actually whispering into Silver Phantom's, that's so hot when she does that. Into Silver Phantom's ear about Glory. Which makes it even more awkward when she looks back at him.
My God.
Hello.
Yeah, it's mostly from the.
Heavenly Katana. What a displeasure to meet you.
Who's this dork?
I don't know. He's got a pain and his hair looks like it's got grease in it.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's styling gel, and I am Luciferous Cain.
You look like a pompous.
Dude, have
Never
you ever
mind.
heard the saying, a little dab will do ya?
It was bad.
Yeah.
I don't use
Well-
gel. You can't tell because I got a thing on my head. But
Yes.
I don't use gel, and my hair looks great.
A thing that looks suspiciously like one of the most infamous supervillains in all of San Sebastian.
That's a
Your
coincidence.
teammate liked it.
And it's ironic. You just don't get irony.
Ironically, I do.
So
What you have is simply poor taste.
what's your problem with me then?
He's got bad taste. He's
That's
just
true.
Dr.
Fair enough.
LeBlanc is like pinching the bridge of his nose.
Cover
Children,
each other so-
Please.
We do
Yes,
have bigger
Daddy?
problems.
What? I'm just kidding.
HK.
Was your
Walked
dad
into
here?
that one.
Just
No.
looking around for dad.
I
Oh.
wish my dad was here.
Okay, what is the situation?
He points at the barrier where you all just came through.
Fair enough.
You all see the swarm of vampire spawn just like plastered against it.
How long can you hold that thing? She's just looking at the guy who looks like he's probably generated it.
Practically speaking, indefinitely. However, we will run out of supplies eventually.
Okay. Looking around, do I see Thoth?
Yeah, you see Thoth against the back wall, looking at a very familiar mural, I might add.
I think at this point I'm gotten
Oh,
very
shit.
engrossed in this mural that I even I have put my ear up to it and I'm like knocking on the stone to see if it's hollow.
That's more interesting to me than what's going on here, so I'm going over there.
Now,
Yeah,
I suggest we, as you just, walk past Lucifer's cane.
I don't want to listen to him either, and I want to see what Thoth is touching, because I also want to touch it.
She's just Heavenly Katana's looking at Lucifer's cane with a hand on her hip, and she's just examining her nails.
He's got beef.
Now then, for all listening back there, I'm going to work on something for transposition that will hopefully get us out of here, provided the ley lines agree.
Why were you in here to begin with?
I was assigned to the expedition's detail.
Oh yeah, your friend's dead.
I gathered as much.
How often do the ley lines not agree?
Down here, I would say a 50-50 shot.
Oh,
All right. You work
love
on
that
that.
for us.
We'll try to figure out a plan B.
Yeah, what is Plan B? How do you kill
Well-
these things? Does anyone-
Break through the wall.
Didn't you behead one of them?
I did, but it's
It was
That's
hot.
a lot.
It's at this point
Thanks.
that he looks at you, at your arms, HK, and he says, "You were bitten."
Yes. Which is going to
Come
be
here.
okay.
He sort of tucks his cane under one arm. Takes your wrist. He has got such a weak grip. Evictus Dominos Asunare, Evictus Dominos Asunare. As a little pentagram appears where he's circling.
Are you going to turn me into a demon?
Oh please, you'd be insufferable.
That's fair.
No infection.
Were you checking for the infection or trying to get rid of it? Can I take the sprig out now?
Who on earth told you that was going to work?
You just had that in your mouth this whole time.
He said to keep it on the tongue.
That and an injection of panacea. She doesn't look back, she just says that.
She removes the sprig, puts it in her
Well-
pocket.
Bulwark is now standing there with his hands on his hips. That was my doing, Sonny.
Honey boy.
Oh,
Out of nowhere, HK has popcorn.
I meant no disrespect, sir. And he gives a bow.
He does know respect. Oh
To
my
those
god.
who are deserving of it, yes, I have plenty.
Why are you so insufferable though?
Why are you?
I'm not. Most people love me.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm America's sweetheart. Actually, I'm Japan's sweetheart, but that's another story.
I didn't realize Japan was in the habit of endorsing Mamers.
Oh.
Hmm?
Well, if boys could keep their hands to themselves, they wouldn't lose them.
Mental
I'm
note
not
to keep my
sorry.
hands to myself.
As this argument / pseudo argument is happening up by the barrier, Thoth. As you're tapping, you are hearing a little bit of hollowness.
Big.
You're gonna get the master
Is
vampire
it
in here.
one, maybe a little pocket back there, or a something big enough we could fit through?
Hard to say. It's a very faint echo you're hearing.
A little more closely tapping.
Glory SP, as you all come up, you see Thoth just like ear press the wall, just like.
Here.
Follow. Oh, how big?
Above the table, in the
Mhm.
vision, the sarcophagus was separate from the mural.
No, it was part of the mural, like you're
Okay.
seeing. But it was
Okay.
Thoth was also depicted as part of the mural, like as a painting.
Okay. Thank you. Feel any kind of emotional output back there?
I want to try reaching out again for that connection. Maybe not so much like just presence, but see if there's healing.
Roll to unleash your powers again for me.
Ooh. That's a 13.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Dang. You reach out, and you definitely feel a mind. It's not like a mind you have felt before. With other people, reading their emotions is a relatively simple thing. But if those are pawns in a garden, you're currently looking into a mind closer to an ocean. It is deep, it is wide, and you can feel a vast knowledge within it. It still feels vaguely human. But, well, you haven't encountered another person with a interior headspace like this.
There kind of seem like it's projecting indifference, or is there
There is no
Alice?
emotion.
Oh,
It's almost like glass, just perfectly smooth, perfectly featureless.
I think at that point I probably take a step back and like pull my hand over.
As you pull your hand away, you can definitely see this. Glory, SP, you probably can also see this too. As there's just the faintest sparks of purple and green.
Did you see that?
That's new.
You said I can see it too, right?
Was that you?
I didn't do that.
Okay. Can you do it again?
I think you can tell there's a little bit of hesitance, but I will reach out and like gently brush my fingers against it.
Like static electricity. Oh.
It
Sorry.
comes to me.
Like static electricity. Every like few inches or so, there's that little, just these little sparks of energy.
Did you feel something back there?
Yes. It was
Unusually so?
Good thing.
I don't know so much in size on a standpoint.
Concerning.
So concerning was that I not giving off any emotion.
Okay. You said that these things give off hunger, right?
Those, yeah.
Just trying to figure out how it's connected.
Okay.
Not necessarily, but figures crawling out of a coffin's pretty distinct. She kind of like taps it like very lightly where the coffin is because it is the exact same as the one in the vision.
But you didn't tell me.
Oh, that's fair. I think she probably will at this point. She'll be like, she did mention a sarcophagus, I think, but not.
I thought you had just told me that I was most certainly going to be late, and that was it.
Oh, no, she told him he was going to be late and then told him, like, watch out, there's going to be, like, shadowy things grabbing at you or something.
Got it, okay.
But less, like that. Just like, what I saw. The sarcophagus, exactly. Shadow things crawling out of it. All in the mural. Just like this.
Fucking hate magic, man.
Without saying a word, I think
That's fair.
something mentally clicks into place, or I have a hunch or whatever. And I'm going to turn on my foot and walk straight over to the barrier to take a closer look at these undead things.
Okay.
And I want to see if there are any remnants of anything on them. Clothes, jewelry, shoes, body markings, tattoos, piercings, anything.
All right. HK. Give me a starter for some stupid argument you and Luciferus are currently in.
That his magic is not innate and mine is, therefore it's superior.
Again, both forms of magic are equally viable. Simply
got
because
yours
I
from-
gained my magic
You
does
got
not
yours.
make it any less valid than yours.
It's
If anything, it makes mine superior as I needed to understand it before I could acquire it.
no, that makes mine superior because I just innately know how to use it.
Do you? If
Yes,
it's so
I do.
innate, then how could you possibly know everything about it?
Look, man, I'm not going to explain innate magic to somebody who had to prostrate himself for demons to get his.
They prostrated for me.
You know, I don't. On second thought, I don't want to know what you guys were doing with each other's prostates.
We're not having relations, if that's what you're implying. Though I am not surprised your mind would go to such a place.
You don't even know me.
I know
that
plenty.
Oh, God.
Nothing happens in San Sebastián without the Canes knowing about it.
My mommy and daddy are more famous than your mommy and daddy. Girl has never
Empirically,
touched
they
me.
are. So as this argument is going on,
Just walked right past them.
I just imagine Glory in the background. Ooh, burn.
Glory's trying to pretend she's not laughing.
Little dust in the nose, you know. Happens in these caves.
as you approach the barrier and sort of peer beyond the ruins to the spawn, a few of them do have assorted accoutrement. You see one that has what appear to be a few rusted bracelets dangling from a wrist. Excuse me. You see one with like a tattered strip of patterned cloth around its waist.
Kind of patterned.
Tartan. You see one that has a few leather straps still tied loosely around its wrist, which, from what you know of history, you would guess probably went to some piece of armor.
Not looking away. I'll say. Was it? Sorry, remind me. Was it Dr. LeBlanc that mentioned the tripwire, or was it Briskane who mentioned the?
It was LeBlanc.
Okay, then I'll call it over my shoulder. Dr. LeBlanc, you said someone tripped a wire. Where was it?
Just short of the barrier. He sort of like comes up next to you and sort of like cranes his neck a little bit. I think you can see the remnants of it there.
Try and see what I can see of it.
Well, as you look at it, it definitely looks like a piece of wire, but it doesn't look like it's mechanically connected to anything. It just looks like a piece of string that was broken.
Hey, Kane.
What?
Does this string have any residual magic on it?
The string.
Yeah. Not connected to anything. What would it have tripped if it's not? If you look closer at these undead, they have remnants of old garb, tartan cloth, maybe some leather armor, old-fashioned jewelry. If this trap was here for who knows how long, I'm wondering if there was an army that would have been sent to defend whoever came in the room. I don't know if they were turned later after this was established or upon its establishment, but I think there's a connection here. If you think back to Egyptian burials, kind of how servants and warriors were buried with the pharaoh so that they would have someone to protect them in the afterlife.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. He seems a little surprised that you know about this.
What?
Nothing. He sort of like stands next to you and LeBlanc. Pint. And with a little puff of brimstone. This tiny little chubby imp that almost looks like a demonic cherub just manifests next to him.
Love it.
Fetch that. Flies directly through the barrier. And scoops up the string. Brings it back to Kane. Sort of studies it. Takes like the teeth of his skull head. Runs the string through it. And you watch, as he does so, a series of runes appears on it. I'll be damned. This is one way. This was supposed to trigger for whoever left this building. I think you're not far off. Thoth, was it? But I think this was to keep someone in.
I turn and look back at the mural.
It's like it's bad.
And that depends. Those murals depict some kind of warrior hero.
Sometimes the dead should be left.
There weren't any runes on the exterior of this door, were there?
Doctor? LeBlanc sort of like turns to his team. A couple of them start like rummaging with their equipment. One young woman pulls out like a digital camera and starts like clicking through it. No, just carvings of the warrior.
I'll go over and...
They are photographs of the door. And they depict this same warrior figure with the long sword, piercing through the body of what you now recognize of one of the spawn. With the tips of the sword sort of meeting at the top of where the two doors would meet.
Tracking his... Offering? Hero what?
Or a trap for any of his worshippers.
Those things aren't intelligent, right?
I'm doubtful.
It didn't seem like it when we were bashing him up.
Wait, you said... Bulwark, you said called them spawn.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of remind me of vampire spawn I've seen.
All spawn have a master.
Usually.
Could this master...
Probably.
Kane starts like studying the string again. I'm almost certain.
Where's
Old
the
style
master?
of runic. Say maybe 400, 500 years old.
Comparable to mural?
LeBlanc speaks up. We haven't gotten a definitive date, but I'd probably place it later than that. It's at this point, the demon in the corner. Oh, this is too much. All of you dancing around it.
Skeleton you're obsessed with?
I'm not dancing. You guys would know if I was dancing. I'm quite talented, actually.
It's a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
Go over to this.
Was the
Go.
skeleton always here?
Did you
Okay.
bring that skeleton, Luciferus?
Of course. Adolf is my chess partner.
Oh god.
Okay, bro.
It's weird that you have to make your own friends. Like, not like actually like make friendships, but like raise the dead to be your friends. That's weird. That's
No,
weird.
you must understand. He made a deal with me.
Ew, you guys are so gross with your weird deals and shit. Like, it's weird.
It's business, darling.
That's not how business works.
Is this Lucifer's Kane talking or the demon?
This is the demon.
Okay.
Oh.
I was
This
I
is-
thought it was Luciferus. I was like,
No, sorry.
That's a totally different attitude than what he was
Yeah.
giving off.
No,
Okay.
no. This is the demon.
Okay.
Oh.
Luciferus is
Ah.
currently behind, Heavenly Katana as she's talking to the demon, and he's just frowning at this demon.
How dare it engage with her?
How
Basically,
dare you like her? Okay, so like, what are we dancing around? Would you
The
help a
answer.
girl out and she'll just give like a very
Oh.
nice smile?
I gladly would.
I'm not making a deal with you.
That's how it works, darling.
No.
No. If that does not entice you, perhaps you all in the corner there would be interested in making a deal to escape.
What kind of deal are you looking for?
Well,
Not a good one.
I'll need a new chess partner eventually. Preferably one that hasn't, degraded.
Is that why you're looking at me?
I don't know. Do you play chess well?
Well
I
enough.
like the horsey piece.
Love
Nay.
Silver. That's well enough. But she just like lowers her voice and then in Japanese says, "Be sure you know who you're making a deal with, though."
He responds in Japanese. Do you?
I don't know any more or less than you do.
I assure you, you know far less.
Maybe.
While this is going on, I want to go up to Luciferus.
He's watching this interaction, and you can see that he's got like a tight grip on his cane.
Not especially loudly, she'll say, "What deal did you make with this guy? And why is he not upholding it?"
He claims I slighted him on a new chess partner.
Is that true?
Well, he's playing with Adolf Smith, so...
I assume that was not the intended Adolf?
No.
Okay.
But he should have read the contract.
Seems strange for a demon to not read one. At least given their reputation.
It's my specialty in breaking their... I would say wills, but truth is they don't have much of one.
Is this one an exception, seeing as he's being obstinate?
Sort of looks at you, thinks for a second. No, he's not. And he walks forward. Bezel, I believe our business is concluded. You did not hold up your end of the bargain. Bezel. And you did not hold up yours. Then we agree the contract is terminated. Bezel. Wait. What? Goodbye. Taps his cane. Gone in just like a gout of flame.
Skeleton.
Yep.
Well, that's one way to solve that, I suppose.
So you're like the top of the demons?
Okay.
That's so weird.
I don't pretend to be the top. I am, however, number 2.
Very clearly not the top, bro.
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
Out of curiosity, what was his end of the deal?
The usual bargains I make with such creatures. They provide me a certain type of service. His was supposed to be a transposition, and he disagreed.
Given the trouble he was giving you, I assume you don't have another contract of that nature, or at least not one that quite lines up with what you want to do with it.
Not one that transports more than just myself.
Okay.
Can get someone that can create a separate room. If we can make a pocket dimension or a room, we can drive the horde into the room, seal it off, and get the hell out of here.
When you say the word hell, you can almost physically see a light bulb appear over Luciferus's head. Not a pocket dimension.
You gonna send him to hell?
Sora glances at the door. Suppose they are already damned.
Yeah.
Yes. Think you'll do. He places the little book of contracts on the ground, taps his cane, and you all watch as it twists and unfurls into a staff. You all may want to stand back for this.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Backs up.
Gilzarin, I call you forth to fulfill our bargain. He taps the staff on the book of contracts. In the circle of flames appears a big one. Thoth.
Yep.
That mind of glass has a single ripple pass through it.
Boy. Still emotionless?
Currently.
Over my shoulder. Roll.
You see a few of those green and purple sparks dance across the surface.
Get up.
A massive hand emerges from the circle as slowly a ram-headed creature, fire in its eyes, and what looks like 6 consecutive suns orbiting in some foul mockery of a halo emerge. You have called, little Cain. With whom do you reward me?
Oh no.
He motions to the barrier with his staff. All of them are yours. Your reward is acceptable. He slowly lowers back down, but the circle of fire does not disappear. It starts to snake its way under the barrier. As some spawn fall in, some are snatched by these massive hands as they are dragged inside. Well, it's probably going to take a couple hours. He likes to be thorough.
Thorough is good.
Let's just hope he doesn't leave something behind.
I like that he called you Little King. That's adorable. I'm gonna tell Electra about that.
Oh, we can call you LJ or LK.
Okay. Aww.
I
Both.
would like to check my phone to see what time it is.
Currently, it is reading 6 p.m. You're reading no bars, however.
That's fine. I just wanted to see what the time was. I'm hoping. Is the date still the same?
You check the date?
Yeah.
It's a day later.
Oh no.
What do they call it? Time
Time
dilation.
dilation.
Yeah.
Do I see him doing this?
Yeah, probably.
I'm afraid to ask, but
But you said it was 6 p.m. or 6 a.m.?
6 p.m.
Okay. Been here over a day.
Huh.
That doesn't
makes
sound
sense.
right.
given
Oh, magic. Yeah, never mind.
Time dilation is a bitch. I'm guessing there's some sort of fairy connection given the Gaelic influence. Fucking fae.
Lori's gonna go take another look at the mural.
As you get closer, you can see those green and purple sparks are beginning to follow the lines of etchings in the mural, becoming a bit more regular.
Does any of this look familiar to anything that she would have seen?
Not anything you've seen.
Fair enough.
This is very clearly magic, but not the kind of magic you know.
This thing might be waking up.
What?
The sparks. They're following the lines. They weren't before.
That's not great.
More constant.
What do we do?
Are there any other ripples in mind?
Couple.
Yes, the question is this guy gonna fight us?
It's not an unheard of incident. I am a witch by medieval standards.
Maybe you should just not talk as much, put the cane away.
To be fair, as she looks at HK, women with a sword are probably also considered witches by that standard.
Oh.
We're also
I could,
glowy.
I could do less of that if you want.
I'm not sure it would matter in this context.
Okay.
But so you were getting a read on this thing earlier. What's your take?
One thought I have is there less demon.
Could have reacted to it.
Certainly a possibility.
Notably,
The whole
those
purpose
things.
was kill dead. Those things were outside of.
Didn't come in. It could be this room or this thing has some ability to detect other forms of magic. Therefore, if you're going to lay a trap, keep it outside the range.
That's smart.
Lucifer's kind of looks over his shoulder, and the demon portal is still dragging in vampire spawn.
So do we need to wait for that to be done?
It's highly recommended, or else he may drag you in.
Yeah?
One problem at a time.
Do we want to face that thing or go to hell? I'm gonna say face that thing, but I don't
I
know.
don't want to go to hell. I like my skin being attached to my body.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't recommend hell.
think
It doesn't sound like a great time, and I don't think I'd fit in there.
Within the Christian understanding, certainly not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same. Yeah, no, that's fair. Valid.
I think just looking to kind of curb the anxiety and worry that is now generally coursing through both brain and body. He's going to go look at the other walls that had like the paint stripped from them and just inspect them more. I don't know
Okay.
if there's anything to actually parse there, but he's just like, I need something to do to focus my brain.
Go ahead and roll me and assess the situation, but I'm not going to have you choose options here.
You said I don't get to choose options, but I do have critical.
That's true. I'll let you ask one of those if you want to.
That's super. +1. That's an 11.
Nice.
Okay. And then what of your criminal mind questions would you like to ask?
I think what here is useful or valuable to me.
Okay. Useful or valuable specifically to you, not much. What things were of value here are probably long gone. But as you're studying the other walls, something clicks in your head. Circuit boards. When you would DJ, you would occasionally have to work on circuitry. And the lines carved into these murals almost resemble circuit boards. Except parts of them are missing because the sidewalls have been stripped. And you suddenly realize what those sparks of energy are. It's a misfiring circuit. Something is trying to activate and it's not working.
What?
Your understanding of magic is very limited. I think you're not sure.
Okay.
But whatever it is, it's not doing what it's supposed to.
I get any sort of read on if leaving this alone will cause problems or if it will just sparking, but it'll overall be harmless to us.
It does seem like it's feeding back, which means the energy is probably building somewhere and will probably need to be released at some point.
Cool.
I'll probably just say out of the blue, making no sense to anyone. Hey, Kane, how much do you know about magic circuitry?
A fair bit. Why?
This. I'll just gesture to the room. It's an incomplete circuit.
Are you insane? Techno magic has only been recently developed.
Is Undertown sane?
Well, why don't we just complete the circuit then if it's incomplete?
Who in the hells are you?
I'm Silver Phantom. That's
I
Thoth.
wasn't speaking to you, imposter.
You don't have to be rude.
East South?
God of wisdom indeed. Bulwark. Gather everyone together. don't know what's going to happen here, but
Hopefully better than if we let that energy keep building.
as if on cue, part of the ceiling.
Cool.
I assume you all gather up next to Bulwark.
Yep.
Yeah.
He pops the bubble around you all, and you can just hear him whisper, "God damn magic."
Both has another thought and just mumbles.
You big fucking computer.
As you all watch as Luciferus starts to motion with his cane again, these red lines drawing across the walls, as he starts to connect things, and the mural starts to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. Until it starts to come apart in chunks along perfectly hidden seams and slowly retract into the floor. Inside is very obviously a shrine. A massive statue stands at the back of the shrine, made of wicker and stone and woven fabric, all bundled together into some hulking amalgam. There are long burned out stumps of candles all across the floor and the edges of the wall. And in the center is a very familiar stone sarcophagus. Well, that wasn't so bad.
Don't fucking jinx it.
The amalgam moves.
You fucking jinxed it.
As a lumbering golem lurches from its alcove.
I hate being right.
And I think that's where we're going to call it for now.
Well, shit.
So, end of session questions.
hmm
Before we get to that, though, how are we all feeling this evening now?
Oh.
I appreciate that you decided to do a horror episode because I'm enjoying this.
hmm
Y'all randomly rolled this.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
I think we picked it
appreciate-
because the name was funny, honestly.
That's how
I
we picked
appreciate
all
not
of
turning
them.
into a vampire.
Yeah, it's true.
No, that's for a later episode.
Okay.
It's a Halloween special.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't wait to see.
The heavenliest vampire ever.
I can't wait to see
Ooh.
Thoth's and Manny's relationship implode.
hmm
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right. But whoever would like to go first, go ahead.
I'm gonna need a minute because I'm finishing up notes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think I
counts.
definitely know. Grow into my own image of myself, for sure.
Okay.
I
What are you
had
shifting?
a lot of clutch moments this session. Yeah. And
You're
just being
out
able-
superioring the superior member of
Yeah.
Young Giants.
Just completely baffling him. Like, here comes this nobody who doesn't even have a real hero costume and is just pointing out all of these things that you've missed for 3 days.
Well, 3 days your time.
Probably like a week their time.
Probably like hours their time. Okay. So,
If I may give a recommendation, I would definitely say superior up.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. think Superior up. Savior down.
Okay. Sounds good. Next.
So next. Heavenly Katana grew closer to the team, specifically Silver Phantom, literally. Since we all just ended up in a pile on top of each other. It's the closest I've ever felt to you, SP.
I think our atoms like briefly merged there.
We were vibrating at the same frequency. Oh my god.
We vibed together. It's hot. So yeah, she hasn't had like a ton of like interaction. They had a little banter or whatever, and it felt good, you know. So yeah, and I'm going to erase the afraid condition.
So you're giving influence to Silver Phantom?
I have influence over her, I think.
You do, so you get to change my labels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Freak up, Superior down.
That can happen.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Do I? Mine is also easy because I too am going to go over to closer to Heavenly Katana,
Nice.
which
Okay.
means she now has influence over me.
Woohoo!
Because we've just been mercilessly bullying this poor man.
I have you as already influenced by Silver Phantom, or as
I
already
have
influenced
it
by
over
Heavenly
her.
Katana.
I just gave it to her because prior to I only gave it to Glory and Thos.
Okay. Sorry.
My background buddies.
Yes, I
Mhm.
missed my notes on that.
All right. And now I need to. No, I don't need. I'm removing Hopeless.
Okay.
Hey, we have hope because we're bullying this guy together.
Yeah. Are we the bad guys?
You're kind of giving that vibe, I'm gonna be honest.
Are we the mean girls here?
Is it really
Maybe.
bullying if
She's
he's a
already
jerk to
wearing
begin with?
pink.
Does it
That's
count
true.
if it's a rich kid?
It's true.
I mean, yes.
Oh.
Legally speaking, yes.
Legally speaking, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an act of terrorism if it's a rich kid.
No, that's only if it's a CEO.
That would be his father. And I do
Okay.
believe that leaves us with Glory.
It felt like
Yeah.
terrorism to me.
Glory is going to grow into her own image of herself. This thing's not left her feeling great. She's feeling a little bit out of her depth and not particularly capable at solving it.
You are very much a martially inclined hero in a magical labyrinth.
Yeah, so-
Dude.
A
Yeah.
situation that started with what she felt was Bulwark talking down to her didn't improve. So we
That's because he was a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, really not liking all the darlings and honeys, kids
Yeah.
and sunnies.
Ugh.
Not a fan.
Yeah, she's anyways.
He's one of the oldest hats in the game. He kind of assumes that he's more experienced than everyone in the room.
The pet names don't help.
Yeah, a little squeezy.
All right, and we're moving Savior down, Mundane up.
Okay. All right. And now, I don't know if the rest of this will fill our next session. So let's go ahead and have some rolls to determine what our next adventure might be.
Pain.
So, let's say Glory, Heavenly Katana, and Silver Phantom. Would you each roll a d6 for me?
Yes.
3?
Hang on. 2.
2?
1.
Fun.
Yay! We did it.
Okay. That makes your options a heist in Hickory Heights, Fear the Silver Spectre, or
That one last time.
Attack of the Orctivist.
Get the
Number
orc.
two, number two, number two.
I vote for 2 because I want to harass
To
Silver
my
Phantom.
liege.
Yes.
Both? Any objections?
I mean, I just really like the idea of a heist. I'm team
I do
heist,
love a good heist.
but I'm clearly overruled. I'm also here for Silver Phantom backstory.
All right. Well then, y'all out there better tune in next time because, well, depending upon how things go, we may get started with the first of our character arc stories, which is going to be, of course, Silver Phantoms with Fear the Silver Spectre. But until then, thank you all for joining us this evening. I hope you all had as much fun as we did. We will see you all next time. Good night.
Bye.